out of the, maybe an inch or two above the letters for an umpire to call ball. No, he was throwing them high up around the head. So, no, you do have bad days and you have good days.
No, I think that's what the guys will be able to learn from. And have you been in a handful of, hitters meetings or players meetings or like players only meetings or where the coaching staff gathers all the position players together and kind of just talks to the team? Have you been a part of those meetings before?
You mean during my playing days or recently?
Both.
I don't remember. Well, when you talk about players, I've been in meetings where the whole team is there and the manager talks to us. Yes. He may chew us out for the things we've done wrong and things of that nature. But no, as far as the Otters concerned, no, I have not been I don't go near the dugout, and I don't go near the clubhouse because that's not my job.
Right.
So to be involved or know what's going on, no. But I'm quite sure it could be a lively one. Depends upon the manager. Do you have a strong manager or do you have a weak manager? And by that, I'm referring to, the Gentle Giant. And I'm trying to think of the Gentle Giant's name now. It played here, by the way. He played here in 1957 with Peoria. Frank Howard. There I go. Frank Howard. The Giant, little Giant. He was managing our San Diego Padres team, and we were playing in New York up there in Shea Stadium, and of course we lost. And after the game, my brother and I, we were down in the clubhouse, and Jack said to Frank, he said, that situation in the ninth inning where you had so-and-so, that was our right fielder, Joe, whatever his name is, and we got him from the Yankees. He was one of Don Mattingly's good friends, Joe anyway, and he said, how come Joe didn't bunt? And he said, oh, well, Joe told me, he said, I was going to bunt, but Joe said, no, I can get a hit. Well, he didn't get the hit, and Jack said, well, who's running the team, you or the players? Well, needless to say, Frank wasn't our manager till next year, but Frank was, that's why they called him the Gentle Giant. Frank may have been big in size, but he was just the most lovable person, and you could, I bet you could go up there and punch him in the mouth, and he'd say, what'd you do that for? Anyway, why, have you been in their meetings?
No, I haven't, but I know I was informed that they had a hitters meeting with the coaching staff.
So that would minus pitchers, you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
And let's say the guys got a wake-up call. I think that's a good way to put it. The thing is, they're confident in their abilities, and they're better than what they showed the past 3 days. Let's quickly get to the starting lineups. First for the Otters, batting first, playing second base will be David Cronin. Batting second, playing left field will be Keith Griesaber. Batting third will be the third baseman Ryan Long. Batting fourth will be the catcher Mike Rizzatello. Batting fifth will be the right fielder Elijah McNamee. Batting sixth will be the designated hitter Jack Meggs. Batting seventh will be the center fielder Hunter Cullen. Batting eighth will be the first baseman Dakota Phillips. And batting ninth will be the shortstop J.J. Gould. On the mound with a record of 5-5, the all-time strikeout leader in Otters history, number 36, Tyler Vale. We're going to get to the national anthem, and when we come back, it'll be first pitch from Bosse Field. You're listening to Evansville Otters Baseball on 91.5 WUEV and the Otters Digital Network.
Attention UE alumni. Do you know that the UE Alumni Association sponsors numerous events each year in over 20 cities throughout the country and worldwide? Do you know that over 800 alumni, parents, and other friends volunteer with UE as recruiters, mentors, reunion planners, and fundraisers? Do you know how you can get involved? Find out more by visiting our website at www.evansville.edu/alumni.
It's game time for the Otters on 91.5 FM WUEV and the Otters Digital Network.
3-1. Long. Toward right. Toward the corner. Toward the foul pole and over the wall. Fair. Home run for Ryan Long.
First pitch. Cronin crushes it in the air to deep right field. He backflips it and it's way out of here.
Don't forget, Otters fans, you can catch every Evansville Otters broadcast on 91.5 FM WUEV, online at evansvilleotters.com, and through the WUEV mobile app.
Roxon deals the 2-2 pitch. Fastball called strike 3 on the inside corner. Vale rings up Bissell to end it, and the Otters are going back to the postseason.
Now, let's go out to the ballpark for all of the action.
Welcome to Bossy Field, home of the Evansville Otters. Dave Nguyen and Bill McCune on the call. The Otters will be taking on the Lake Erie Crushers for the second time in a week. The last time these two teams faced off, it was back in Avon, Ohio, where the Otters unfortunately lost 2 of 3 games, including an extra inning affair. Well, my bad. They lost in the bottom of the 9th. They were down 3-0 in the top of the 9th. Ryan Long and Dakota Phillips helped out with some pinch hits, and the Otters were able to tie the game at 3 against closer Logan Lambana. And then, unfortunately, Stephen Kraft hit a walk-off single in the bottom of the 9th back in Lake Erie. And that particular game, the starters for each team will be the starters we will see today. On the mound for the Otters will be Tyler Vale, coming in today with a 5-5 record and a 2.83 ERA. The all-time strikeout leader in Otters history on the mound for the Otters, and he's got that snake-bitten slider with a venomous bite.
Yeah, let's hope that rattler is working today.
So batting for the Lake Erie Crushers will be Aaron Hill playing second base, Emmanuel Marrero, the shortstop, and Stephen Kraft, the right fielder, batters 1, 2, and 3 in the Crushers order. In the field for the Otters will be Ryan Long at third, J.J. Gould at shortstop, Cronin at second base, Dakota Phillips at first, and right field Elijah McNamee, in center field Hunter Cullen, and in left field Keith Griesaber. The designated hitter for the Otters today will be Jack Meggs. Aaron Hill steps in on the right side of the box, and we will be underway shortly as Vale steps in, digs in on the right side of the rubber. Rocking back and forth on the mound, he fires his first pitch. And it's a fly ball, popped up towards foul territory on the first base side. Phillips will not be able to get there in time. It's a bouncing ball foul into the stands, and we are officially underway as the count to Aaron Hill is at 0-1.
Yeah, we had a little rain earlier in the afternoon, and it kind of washed away all the heat and that humidity that we had. It's beautiful out here now, and still got plenty of time. There's only in the first inning, first batter. Come on out.
The 0-1 pitch is a ground ball chopper to Ryan Long on a high hop. Throws over to first. Good stretch by Phillips, and that's in time for out number 1. 2 pitches, 1 out. 5-3, and to the plate now will be Emmanuel Marrero, who has 12 hits in his last 10 games, as well as a handful of RBIs. Hill, Marrero, and Kraft have combined for 34 hits in the past 10 games, 6 RBIs, and 2 home runs.
Yeah.
Batters 1, 2, 3 in the Crushers order.
Yeah, not bad.
First pitch from Vale to Marrero.
Ooh.
There's that slider for strike 1.
Was that the snake then? Well, let's hope he continues to have that type of bite. Here we go.
0-1 the count to Marrero. Vale from the belt. He fires the next pitch. That'll be a breaking ball in the dirt. Count moves even at 1 with 1 out. Vale has the fastball, slider, and the occasional curveball. Before this season, he really didn't have that big of a breaking pitch to go for as an out pitch. And over the past few starts, it's clear that his slider is very, very effective. 1-1, and there's that slider right there once more. A late foul tip from Marrero moves the count to 1-2.
Now, you were saying the first three batters had 30-some hits and about 6 RBIs and 2 home runs, and I'm looking up, this guy's got 11 home runs, so he might have been the one that hit the home runs.
It was between him and Stephen Kraft, who will be the third batter of the inning for the Lake Erie Crushers, coming in at first place in the Frontier League East Division. Here's a line drive to left field. It's going to go on one hop and drop in front of Keith Griesaber for the first hit of the game for the Crushers here in the top of the first. 1 away, 1 on for Lake Erie. And to the plate will be the former Miner, now Crusher, Stephen Kraft.
You know, we have so many left-hand batters, and we have done it in the past, and Ryan Long is one of them, that you go to the opposite field so many times on the outside pitch, just like Mr. Marrero did. Line drive hits, and you... Oh.
This is a breaking ball that gets away from Rizzatello, and that will be...
a wild pitch.
Allowing Marrero to advance to second with 1 out.
There might have been a mix-up there on the calls. I don't know. You know, sometimes between the pitcher and catcher there are mistakes made. You know, one don't interpret the sign properly.
1-0 the count to Kraft, who stands in on the right side of the box. Vail will dig in on the mound, checks the runner at second. Riz sets up inside. The 1-0. That'll be in there for a ball this time. Count moves to 2-0 with 1 out.
Yeah, it's a beautiful. You know, I was going to ask you later after we get into the game. I have an important question for you.
Sure. The 2-0 pitch.
Ooh,
check swing. It goes around for strike 1 on another breaking ball from Vail. 2-1, 1 out, no score. Marrero on second base, advancing on a wild pitch from Tyler Vail.
Yeah, the rain didn't affect us out here, ladies and gentlemen, out there in Otterville land. We had maybe a 5-minute pour, and that's it.
Skies are clearing up. The 2-1 pitch right down Main Street for strike 2.
That looked like his curveball at that time.
2-2 the count, 1 out, runner on first. And the first runner in scoring position of the day for the Crushers. Vail fires a 2-2 pitch. Check swing. It's called foul.
No, it's not. It ricocheted off Roselli's catcher's mitt and bounced away, and I thought it was a foul tip because you heard that thump, and but you notice the umpire didn't call anything, and that's why.
So it was the called.
It's a
strike 3.
It's a strike 3,
and he tagged him out to record the out. So
right.
A drop third strike will be tagged out.
Yeah.
So a strikeout, and then the call drop third strike is in time. As the unassisted tag out from Rizzatello, there's now a 2 away in the top of the first. To the plate now is Dale Burdick, the designated hitter, and that pitch just missing the outside corner, knee high, low and away to Burdick, moving the count to 1-0 with 2 outs.
Yeah, the sun is coming out right now. Beautiful. What a beautiful evening.
1-0 the count to Burdick. Riz will set up outside. The 1-0 pitch will be a ground ball pass.
Air ball.
The diving Ryan Long, rounding third and scoring is Marrero. Heading into second base is Dale Burdick. And just like that, the Crushers are on the board with a 1-0 lead. The RBI for Dale Burdick.
I tell you what, Ryan couldn't do a thing with that one. He reached as far as he could. That hugged that baseline all the way, just circled over third and then hit that line and went all the way down. Brooks Robinson couldn't have gotten that one.
The RBI base hit will extend the inning for the Crushers. They now lead the Otters 1-0 with Brody Wofford to the plate. Vail checks the runner at second. The first pitch to Wofford. Wofford gets away from Rizzatello, and going over to third base will be Dale Burdick.
You know, that is unusual. That's 2 now that Mike has let go out of his glove. I mean, he's one of the better defensive catchers we have. And to have two balls ricochet out of that glove and get away, that's unusual.
So 1-0 the count. 1-0 the count. 2 outs. 1-0 Crushers, and they have another runner on third base threatening to touch home. They'll come set the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Fastball right there for strike one. Even count at 1, 2 outs, 1-0 Crushers. Wofford this year batting .250 with 28 hits. Vale will dig in from the belt. His 1-1 pitch. Be a swing and a miss. Now the fastball blows by Brody Wofford, moving the count to 1-2.
Yeah, it'll be interesting now to see what he throws, see if he throws the snake. He's got a good count to throw it.
Vale rocks back and forth. The 1-2 pitch.
There it is.
There it is.
Three.
A called strike three to get the Otters out of the jam. Crushers score one. We head to the bottom of the first. 1-0 Lake Erie on the Otters Digital Network and 91.5 WUEV.
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811. Brought to you by Indiana 811.
The Evansville Otters would like to thank the Evansville Courier and Press for their support and coverage of Otters baseball. The Evansville Courier and Press provides news, sports, and weather coverage to the Tri-State, both in a print and online edition. The Evansville Courier and Press can be found online at courierandpress.com, as well as on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest. The Evansville Courier and Press, a member of the Journal Media Group.
GD Ritzy's is a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball. GD Ritzy's menu features hamburgers, grilled chicken sandwiches, old-fashioned peanut butter and jelly, and ice cream. With 3 Evansville locations: west at 4810 University Drive, on the north side at 4320 North 1st Avenue, and on the east side at 601 North Green River Road. GD Ritzy's is open from 10 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. Sunday through Thursday, and 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. on Friday and Saturday. GD Ritzy's, a proud supporter of the Evansville Otters.
Welcome back to Evansville Otters baseball. Dave Nguyen, Bill McCune on the call. 1-0 Lake Erie on the RBI double from Dale Burdick. We head to the bottom of the first, top of the order for the Evansville Otters, as David Cronin, Keith Griesaver, and Ryan Long, batters 1, 2, 3 in the Otters order, will face off against the lone all-star for these Lake Erie Crushers, and Patrick Leday, who comes in with a 4-4 record and an ERA of 2.15. The last time Leday faced off against these Evansville Otters was last Thursday, where Vale was also on the mound for the Otters, and both men pitched 14.1 scoreless innings and combined for 14 strikeouts. Cronin to the plate in a lefty-lefty matchup. Leday kicks and fires. Here's the first pitch, and that'll be a breaking ball in the dirt. Count moves at 1-0 to the second baseman, David Cronin. He's batting .288 on the season.
And as a spark plug of the Otters, he always ignites the rallies.
This next pitch is a ground ball to the first baseman, Jake Veith. Toss over to the pitcher in Pat Leday. He covers the first base bag in time for out number 1 for Lake Erie.
That was a nice play. And, you know, that's the executing that first base to the pitcher. That's something both, or I should say all baseball teams practice, because so many times that play presents itself, and if that pitcher don't get off that mound, the batter's got a base hit.
So the plate now is Keith Griesaber, who's batting .302 this season. 79 hits on the year for Keith. At the time last Sunday, he had the go-ahead RBI to give the Otters a 3-2 lead against the Miners in the bottom of the 8th. Takes a first pitch, ball inside from the lefty Leday. 1-0 the count to Keith Griesaber.
Unfortunately, that lead didn't last long for half an inning.
Leday takes another deep breath. Here's his 1-0 pitch to Griesaber. It's a fly ball and will be drifting foul to the first base line on top of the roof of Bosse Field, and that'll be evening the count at 1. So Pat Leday on the mound. Brian De La Rosa, the catcher behind the plate. Man who can throw down base runners from his knees, if you can recall, Bill.
He's got the rifle, the 30-30 rifle.
The 1-1 to Griesaber. Swing and a miss on a fastball from Leday, and that causes the mask of De La Rosa to come off his helmet. That'll move the count to 1-2.
Yeah.
Brody Wofford at third base, Emmanuel Marrero at short, Aaron Hill at second, Jake Veith at first, Stephen Kraft in right, Dre Hubbard in center, and Zach Rakusin in left.
Lake Erie's in Avon, Ohio. You keep mentioning outside of the suburb of Cleveland.
That's right.
40 miles, did you say?
Give or take.
All right.
The 1-2 pitch will be line foul down the third base line. Count moves to 1-2. 1-0 Crushers the score here in the bottom of the first. They scored that run on 2 hits, including an RBI double from Brody Wofford. Or my pardon, Dale Burdick, the designated hitter. Griesaber will step out of the batter's box to call time, gather himself. Man who has increased his batting average from June 30th to now from 263 to 302. The 1-2 pitch. That'll be upstairs just a bit for a ball. Count now even at 2 to Griesaber with 1 out. The skies are clear. Fans, if you're listening, come out to the ballpark. The sun is out. And we have Mr. Blue Sky, if you're a fan of ELO, out and here to stay.
Yeah, and I was going to ask you why the flag is half-mast, and you gave a good indication. I wish you had expressed that to the fans out there. Why? It's
absolutely.
It's a good
payoff pitch, fly ball, and that'll be drifting foul to the first base line. And the American flag in center field is half-mast in honor of the unfortunate victims of these shootings, both in Ohio and in El Paso, Texas. Just generally speaking, it's very unfortunate that those things have occurred.
It's extremely nice of Joel, the general manager, and Mr. Bussing to express their condolences, more or less. And it's a real nice tribute, and it's both should be respected for it.
So Keith draws a walk against Leday, who doesn't allow many base runners. He came into this game allowing only 18 walks. So Leday with a strikeout to walk ratio of 90 to around 18 in 92 innings pitched.
That's not bad. Not
nice,
bad, yeah.
Lefty-lefty matchup as Ryan Long steps to the plate. Ryan leads the Frontier League in RBIs and is second in home runs.
Keith's got a big lead over there.
The first pitch to Ryan Long has popped up. Foul territory, third base side. Who's got it? De La Rosa says he can't get it. And I believe if I were playing, that should have been the third baseman's ball.
I would say so. A rule, catcher shouldn't go beyond 20 feet of home plate. Anything behind home is his. But as far as the circle, 20 feet, the third baseman was right there. De La Rosa must have called him off because the third baseman was right there. Then all of a sudden just ran past it. So De La Rosa must have said, I got it. And he reached, so he wasn't in a good position.
Ryan Long gets a gift. His count is at 0-1. The next pitch, that's a swing and a miss. A fastball from Pat Leday, moving the count quickly to 0-2.
Yeah, anytime on a catcher, the first baseman, third baseman, they're coming in. Catchers are generally stumbling and not sure, making, spinning themselves around. So give in to the first baseman.
0-2 is a fly ball to right field. Kraft will come under it, and now the center fielder Hubbard will make the catch in right center field for out number 2.
Well, that was a good contact by Mr. Ryan. All right, let's see what the big guy from Long Island could do.
Mike Rizzatello, who came into last Sunday's game, pinch hit and replaced Rob Calabrese back in the 8th inning. Man from Long Island, New York, steps in, and with Vell on the mound and Rizzatello behind the plate, the Otters have a veteran presence in their pitcher-catcher battery today. Riz stands in on the right side of the box. The first pitch from Leday is low and outside for a ball. Knee high to Rizzatello, away from the right-handed batter. Count moves to 1-0 with 2 outs. Griesaber on first. He walked. It is 1-0 Lake Erie. Throw over to first, and the tag applied by Jake Vieth at first base is not in time. 1-0 the count, 2 outs, 1-0 Crushers after the Dale Burdick RBI double. Leday checks Griesaber at first base, the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Good breaking ball from Leday, evening the count at 1.
Yeah, Mike's swing then was a little unawkward. He didn't roll the wrists. He just continued with a long swing. You got to roll those wrists.
Throw over to first is not in time, and that's important for Keith. I think Leday realizes that Griesaber is a threat on the base path, as Griesaber leads the Otters in stolen bases with 21. The 1-1. That pitch is too close to leave the bat on his shoulder. Riz will get a break here, as that is a ball outside. Count moves to 2-1.
Yeah, that's the type you slap to the opposite field. I mean, you know, whether it's an inch or so over or off the plate, you slap that to the opposite field. He's going. Yeah.
2-1. Swing and a miss on a fastball from Leday. Moves the count even at 2 with 2 outs.
Well, I tell you, Keith faked me unless the last minute he changed his mind because he had the motor running.
Two and 2 the count to Rizzatello. 2 outs, runner on first, 1-0 Crushers. Leday will toss it over to first as Griesaber gets back in time. Griesaber, a man who hits for average, has a lot of hits this year. His on-base percentage is over .350, and he can swipe bags and play in the outfield if necessary, as he's done a majority of the season. Originally an infielder for these Otters. This next pitch is fouled behind home plate to keep the count even at 2 to Rizzatello. We head into pitch number 6 of the at-bat from Patrick Leday.
You know, his on-base percentage for Big Mike is .368. That's not bad. I tell you, he's got Rizzo's got 25 hits, but he's got 20 walks. That's amazing. He leads the team in walks.
The 2-2 will be popped up in the infield. Leday says he's got it, and he does for out number 3. And we are through 1-0 Crushers heading to the second on 91.5 WUEV and the Otters Digital Network.
Heritage Federal Credit Union has 7 full-service branches in both Evansville and Newburgh, serving more than 38,000 members. Membership is open to anyone who lives, works, worships, or attends school in Vandenberg or Warwick County. Heritage Federal Credit Union offers mortgage and consumer loans, checking and savings accounts, as well as online banking for members. Heritage Federal Credit Union can be reached toll-free by phone at 1-800-858-1693. It can also be found online at hfcu.info.
We all have busy schedules, but could you spare just a couple hours a month? That's all it takes to make a big difference through the Big Brothers Big Sisters one-to-one mentoring program. You can spend just a few hours a month with a child in need and guide them towards a more positive future. For more information on local Big Brothers Big Sisters programs, Call 812-425-6076. That's 425-6076. Start making an impact today.
The Hoosier Lottery began selling lottery tickets on October 13, 1989. Since then, the Hoosier Lottery has offered hundreds of different games, awarded prizes to millions of players, and given billions of dollars to the state of Indiana. The Hoosier Lottery's mission is to responsibly provide innovative and entertaining lottery games for the benefit of the citizens of Indiana. To learn more about the Hoosier Lottery, visit them online at HoosierLottery.com. The Hoosier Lottery, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
You're listening to exclusive coverage of Evansville Otters baseball on 91.5 FM WUEV Evansville.
Welcome back to Evansville Otters baseball. Dave Nguyen, Bill McCune on the call. Otters down 1-0 to the Lake Erie Crushers. We're in the top of the second inning. Mr. Blue Sky is out here after some brief rain that occurred at Bossy Field. If you're listening in, come out to the ballpark. It is $2 Tuesday. General admission tickets are only $2, as well as $2 popcorn.
In other words, all you got to do is pay $2, not the regular $6?
That's it.
Oh, I didn't know that. Come on
and
out,
there
Ben.
are plenty of empty seats behind home plate, too.
Yeah, well, if it costs $6 to get in and it's only $2 tonight, bring 2 other friends.
That's right. The more the merrier at Bossy Field.
Be a big spender. Well, that sun is shining out there in right field. Not so much second base, but right field.
First pitch from Tyler Vell to Zach Rakusin is a slider in the dirt. Count at 1-0 to Rakusin. It'll be Rakusin, the left fielder, Veith, the first baseman, and De La Rosa, the catcher, for batters 6, 7, 8 in the Crushers' order. The 1-0 pitch, that'll be low and a bit away from the right-handed batter, Rakusin. The count moves to 2-0.
That's where Vale seems to have been zeroed in on to right-hand hitters low and outside.
Riz will set up outside.
I was just going to say, Riz set up there, and that's where he got it.
2-0 is a breaking ball in the dirt. First 3 pitches were low and away from Vale. To Rakusin, count moves to 3-0. Vale from the belt. Next pitch. Fly ball, center field. Going back is Cullen near the warning track, and he makes the catch for out number 1.
Yeah, he hit that pretty good, but it kind of died out there, even though the flag is flirting to deep center or straightaway center, whatever way you want to call it. So that ball didn't carry at all. Died.
It'll bring up Jake Veith. And if you remember the last home start that Vale had against these Lake Erie Crushers, Veith was one of 2 men who hit a solo home run off of Tyler Vale.
I was going to say, didn't he bury one?
Oh, yeah, I think it was to right field. He crushed it.
He did.
First pitch to Veith is low in the dirt, inside for a ball. Count at 1-0, and I'm sure Vale remembers Veith quite well, and he wants to pitch to him inside. Lefty-righty matchup, 1-0 the count to Veith. Resting the bat on his shoulder, Veith will fire a 1-0 pitch, or Vale, excuse me, and that pitch is low and away.
I noticed Mike kind of shaded a little to the outside. You know, I don't understand catchers of today, being honest. We used the glove for indicators where we wanted it. We didn't shift that much. I think that disturbs the pitcher, but that's me.
The 2-0. That'll be a ball outside and away to the left-handed batter, Jake Veith. Count at 3-0 with 1 out.
We had a pitcher that was on the team, the Braves, later pitched in the major leagues, of course, Bobby Botts. He could just put that glove there, and 99 out of 100 times you got the ball exactly there.
There's a called strike on a breaking ball from Tyler Vale. Count now at 3-1 with 1 out. 1-0 Crushers the score. We're in the top of the second. The Dale Burdick RBI double got the Crushers on the board back in the first. Vale will put the baseball back in his glove, rocking on the mound. From the belt, he fires a 3-1. Swinging a drive, deep right field. And McNamee appears to be there, and he is, for out number 2.
That one as well did not go as far as one would think. I mean, he put pretty good wood on that ball. And I thought at the beginning that it was going to possibly leave the ballpark. But I watched the outfielder, and he just kind of drifted like, hey, it's Steer, I've got it.
So 2 away in the top of the second inning. And to the plate now will be the catcher, Brian De La Rosa. First pitch, a breaking ball low and away from Vail. Count moves to 1-0. Looks like he wanted that breaking ball and couldn't get the particular mustard on it. 1-0 the count. De La Rosa stands in on the right side of the box. The 1-0 pitch. That'll be inside this time for a ball, a fastball inside from Vail. Count moves to 2-0 to De La Rosa, who's hitting .219 on the year with 37 hits. But he probably has one of the best arms behind the plate in the Frontier League.
I would agree with you on that.
The 2-0. It'll be called for a strike curveball from Vail. Count moves to 2-1 with 2 outs.
Yeah, you've seen him and I've seen him throw from his knees, and he throws bullets to second.
The 2-1 from Tyler Vail. It'll be a breaking ball in the dirt.
Yeah. Count
moves to 3-1. The last time the Crushers were at Bosse Field was after the All-Star break, where the Crushers were able to win their only series at Bosse Field. The Otters dropped at the time their second series at home. Here's the 3-1 pitch. It'll be away for ball 4. A 2-out walk for Brian De La Rosa, and it'll bring up the newly acquired Crusher from the Pacific Association in Dre Hubbard.
Well, in other words, we've only won 1 or 2 games from Lake Erie in our. How many games have we played them?
We
9?
have won 4 games
out of 9.
Yes.
Yeah, 4 out of 9. So they've beaten us 5.
Correct. First pitch to Dre Hubbard is away for a ball.
See that Tyler is like, there goes Mike, but Tyler has been outside all the time with right-hand hitters. Sometimes a little too much outside, but like that one there, now that's the snake, but it's biting. Excuse me. It's biting before he even gets to the leg.
Vel, a veteran guy, thrown to a veteran in Mike Rizzatello behind the plate. And I think that will make it easier for Vel to decide what pitches to throw. He has a guy who he trusts behind the plate. They wanted to talk things over. Here's a 1-0.
See, they're the same type. I mean, it's constantly, I mean, they're not bad. I mean, there are some, but most of them, they're not that bad, but they're still balls.
So 2-0 the count to Dre Hubbard. From the belt, Vail fires the 2-0. There's a fly ball that will be drifting foul down the left field line. Count moves to 2-1 with 2 outs.
You said this guy's from the Pacific Coast League? Or?
Pacific Association, yes. The same league that Rizzatello formerly played from.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Rizzatello was the MVP of the Pacific Association.
Oh.
No, he was Rookie of the Year, I should say. The 2-1 runner goes. Ground ball, backhand stop by Ryan Long. Fair ball.
What
throw
a
over
throw.
to first. He gets him in time.
What
a throw from Ryan Long.
Wow.
As the Otters get out of the inning. We head to the bottom of the second. 1-0 Crushers. Ryan Long flashing the leather on 91.5 WUEV and the Otters Digital Network.
Hi, everyone. everyone. This is Pat Mitchell-Worley, host of Bill Street Caravan. Join us each Saturday as we bring you the sounds of Memphis, commentary, and music interviews that take you behind the scenes. The show kicks off the All Blues Saturday from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. right here on 91.5 WUEV.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Chapter 16, would like to take time to say, Go Otters! The IBEW Local 16's jurisdiction includes 13 counties in southwestern Indiana, as well as Wabash County in Illinois. Its members are divided into several categories of electrical work, including inside construction, maintenance electric, residential wiring, and sign classifications. More information on IBEW Local 16 can be found online at ibew16.net.
The Tri-State Area Marathon service stations are proud supporters of the Evansville Otters. Marathon has over 5,100 Marathon-branded stations nationwide, and a full list of area Marathon stations and a list of daily gas prices are available online at mymarathonstation.com. Marathon provides products which support commercial, industrial, and retail operations. Marathon's slogan is Fueling the American Spirit.
Welcome back to Evansville Otters baseball. Dave Nguyen, Bill McCune on the call. Bottom of the second, 1-0 Crushers. The all-star for the Lake Erie Crushers, Patrick Leday on the mound. And the last time Leday faced off against these Otters, he threw 7.1 scoreless innings. To the plate is Elijah McNamee, or as you like to call Big Mac.
Big Mac. I tell you about Big Mac last night.
Tasty. First pitch is a fastball, swing and a miss to McNamee, moving the count to 0-1.
Yeah, my wife said, I could go for a Big Mac. Would you run out and get one? I said, sure, honey, anything for you. So I got in the car, and there's a Big Mac, McDonald's.
0-1 is a fly ball behind home plate. Moves the count to 0-2 with no outs.
Not that far. Maybe 2-3 miles, 4 at the most. And heck, I'll just run down there. Well, I did. Traffic was heavy, and so I got there, and I tried to open the door, and it's locked.
0-2 pitch that almost hit McNamee.
Yeah.
He'll back away as the count now is at 1-2.
So anyway, I banged on the door. No one's answering. And finally some lady come and I said, are you closed? She said, yeah, we had electrical problems. And nothing is working. I said, okay, don't worry. So I got in the car.
1-2 swing and a miss for strike 3.
Did you notice the off speed? He pulled that one. And Big Mac was a little slow in his swing. Anyway, go ahead with Mr. Meggs is the next batter, so.
Jack is the designated hitter today. He's hitting .247 on the season with 56 hits and 22 RBIs. Has not had a home run since the first series against the Gateway Grizzlies back in May. First pitch to Meggs is low in the dirt for a ball. Breaking ball from Pat Leday. Count moves to 1-0 to Meggs. From the left side of the box, the lefty-lefty matchup, the 1-0 pitch. Slapping ground ball to Aaron Hill, the second baseman, and a throw over to Jake Veith at first for out number 2.
And here comes Big Hunter. Well, anyway, I get back on 41, and I drive, and the Flying J restaurant's Flying J gas station is 18 miles away from my home, and it was a mile short of that. I finally got it. Had to wait about an hour. The place was packed. I said to my wife, you better believe I love you, because what I had to do to get this Big Mac. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. Thank you.
Hunter Cullen will step to the dish. And another lefty-lefty matchup. 3 straight lefties between Meggs, Cullen, and Phillips. It'll be a sharp ground ball through the hole on the right side. That's a base hit. First hit of the day for the Otters, and it belongs to Hunter Cullen with 2 outs.
I tell you, he slapped that high inside pitch. He got that bat around real quick.
And I think we noted this earlier in the broadcast or off the air. The first 3 pitches of an at-bat might be the best pitches a batter will see all day.
I'll agree. I agree.
So looks like Hunter may have jumped on a fastball, and that went through the hole for a base hit.
Yep. Well, here comes number 19, the center field home run hitter, and the, the grand slam homer.
Dakota Phillips.
Oh, what a lead Hunter's got. Wow.
First pitch to Phillips is a strike. Couldn't hold his bat back in time. It's a count at 0-1.
Yeah, just see how he rotated the hips. His shoulder dipped, and the bat was still laying on the shoulder.
Leday checks Cullen at first base. De La Rosa sets up outside. The next pitch was high and away for a ball. Phillips hitting .228 on the year with 39 hits as well as 27 RBIs.
I'm going to guess a curveball, and I would say to Mr. Hunter, go. Go now. Ooh.
Throw over to first is not in time. And if Cullen went, he would have been out.
Hey, you're darn right. You're darn right. I made the wrong call. Well, you know, you win some, you lose some.
Or as my little brother would say, win some, lose most.
Oh.
My brother's tries to be a comedian.
Oh.
The 1-1 will be a foul ball down the third base line. Catches towards the edge and the end of the barrel of the baseball bat of Phillips. Count moves to 1-2. 2 outs, 1-0 Crushers against Evansville. We're in the bottom of the second inning. 1 run on 2 hits for the Crushers. The first hit of the day belongs to Hunter Cullen for the Otters.
Yeah. Is the honeymoon couple back from Jamaica?
No.
They're still in oh, boy.
They're, it's 15 people deep.
Oh, jeez.
The 1-2. Fly ball, shallow left field. Playable for Racusin, and he makes the catch for out number 3. Hunter Cullen is stranded at first. We're 2 up, 2 down at Bosse Field. 1-0 Lake Erie. And you're listening to Evansville Otters Baseball on 91.5 WUEV and the Otters Digital Network.
This Evansville Otters broadcast is made possible through support from New Image Travel. New Image Travel provides motor coach charter service to the United States and Canada with pickup within a 150-mile radius of Evansville. A full list of New Image Travel's offerings can be found online at newimagecharter.com. New Image Travel can be reached toll-free at 1-800-432-6213. New Image Travel, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
Coming to Louisville, Kentucky, August 10th and 11th, Derby City Jazz Fest. 14 bands, 2 days and nights of music.
Your seatbelts fasten.
Iroquois Amphitheater in Louisville, Kentucky, 2 to 10 p.m., August 10th and 11th, the Derby City Jazz Fest. Ticket information and a full list of the bands available at derbycityjazzfest.com or at the WUEV Facebook page. Listen to Jazz Flight to win tickets Tuesday and Friday, 4 to 6 p.m.
Why Old National Bank? Old National Bank began in 1834 with just 1 room and a passion for helping people prosper. Today, we are honored and grateful to be the financial partner for so many businesses, families, and individuals like you. From our commitment to safety and security to our promise of service that will exceed your expectations, we want to be your bank for life. Old National Bank, member FDIC.
Two up, 2 down. We're at the top of the third at Bosse Field. Dave Nguyen, Bill McCune on the call. Otters down by a score of 1-0 to the Lake Erie Crushers, who currently have the Frontier League East Division as they are in first place. To the plate, we'll get back to the top of the order for the Crushers as Aaron Hill, Emmanuel Marrero, and Stephen Kraft will be batters 1, 2, 3. in the Crushers order. Here in the top of the third, Tyler Vale on the mound for the Otters in his third start against Lake Erie. He is currently 0-1 with a no decision against the Crushers.
Well, if the season was to end tonight and the Otters were to lose, they'd still qualify for the playoffs.
Yes, but they would probably have to travel to Lake Erie rather than, or they would have to travel to Florence rather than playing Lake Erie.
Right.
0-1 the count to Hill. Vale from the belt fires another pitch. That will be inside for a ball. Belt high to Hill. Count even at 1 with no outs.
Yeah, last week I remember saying that there was only 2 teams in the entire Frontier League that had 40 wins, and Florence was 1. And if the Otters had won, that would be the second one.
Right.
However, we're still waiting for that number 40. So 39 and 32.
2-1 the count to Hill. Vale comes set. Fires a 2-1 pitch. That'll be check swing going around for strike 2 is Aaron Hill. Even count at 2, no outs. Top of the third, 1-0 Crushers.
And over the center field fence by the flagpole is beautiful white clouds. So, ladies and gentlemen, no rain. Come on out.
The 2-2.
Strike 3.
A cold strike 3 on the outside corner. Hill does not agree. He'll take a seat for out number 1.
Well, if I called it from here, I don't know why he's arguing.
I guess you got better eyes, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, no. I don't see the red dot anymore.
No.
Well, actually, last time I did it, when I was working out with the University of Evansville, and being the Cajun, I'd say, there, see that? See that? That was years ago, though. I didn't wear glasses.
First pitch to Emmanuel Marrero, who has the first hit of the game between both teams, is a ball outside. The switch hitting Emmanuel Marrero, playing shortstop with bat on the left-hand side, trying to gain an advantage against Tyler Vale.
Yeah, he slapped that ball to left field. Line drive slap.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. It'll be a ground ball foul near the dugout of the Otters on the first base side. Count moves to 1-1 with 1 out. 1-0 Crushers the score. We're in the top of the third. Long at third, Gould at short, Cronin at second, Phillips at first, Rizzatello behind the plate, Cullen in center, McNamee in right, Griesaber in left. The 1-1. Fly ball, deep left field. Griesaber is there, and that'll be out number 2.
And his first time up, he slapped one to left, and this time there I don't know if he slapped it, but it went to left.
To the plate now is Steven Kraft, who was out on a drop third strike as Rizzatello was able to catch the ball after it dropped out of his glove. He caught the ball then and tagged Kraft to record out number 2. Showing bunt, doesn't matter. It's a called strike on the inside corner. Belt high to Kraft, count at 0-1.
You know, you talk about Big Mike back there behind the plate and De La Rosa, and you emphasize how they can throw the ball to second on their...
There's another beautiful called strike. Count moves to 0-2 quickly.
And their knees, and Benito Santiago was one of the first to do it with the Padres, and in 1984 spring training, he was at the big club, and anyway, I was coaching one of the teams.
0-2 is foul down the right field line.
I was helping coach. I shouldn't say I was coaching. I was helping. And Benito was catching, and he dropped the third, and the runner stayed at home, or the batter stayed at home, and he just picked it up, and he threw it to first base. And he came in, and I said, never do that again. Just tag him.
0-2, fly ball. Left center field, going back is Cullen and Griesaber. And that ball is caught for out number 3. We head to the bottom of the third, 1-0 Crushers on the Otters Digital Network and 95.1 WUEV.
The local Pepsi bottling group features Pepsi Company products for distribution to retailers and vendors in the tri-state and would like to wish the Evansville Otters the best of luck in today's contest. The Pepsi bottling group has locations at 2605 West Marion Street in Marion, Illinois, 3081 Contronics Drive in Owensboro, Kentucky, and 11733 West Industrial Park Drive in Elberfeld, Indiana. Information on Pepsi products can be found online at PepsiCo.com. Pepsi, a proud supporter of the Evansville Otters.
Habitat for Humanity Evansville and the University of Evansville are pleased to announce the Purple Crew Signature Program. The Purple Crew is a program for all UE students, alumni, faculty, and staff to help build houses and earn hours. The goal of the Purple Crew is to help Habitat for Humanity reach its goal of 500 homes this year. Want to get involved? Simply go to Habitat's website, evansvillehabitat.org/volunteer. Then click on the Volunteer Now banner. Register with Habitat as a volunteer and then select days you can build. You can also register as a team. It'll be a fun environment, and after 15 hours, you get a Purple Crew t-shirt. The Evansville Otters would like to thank Sinorama Evansville for their support this season. Sinorama Evansville is a multi-application supplier of custom-made signs, banners, and decals in the tri-state. Located at 1300 North Royal Avenue in Evansville, Sinorama is open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. They can be reached by phone at 812-477-7763 and can be found online at sinorama.com/in-Evansville. Sinorama Evansville, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
Welcome back to Evansville Otters Baseball. Dave Nguyen and Bill McCune on the call on the Otters Digital Network and 91.5 WUEV. So the plate for the Otters will be J.J. Gould, followed by David Cronin and Keith Griesaber for batters 9, 1, and 2 in the order. Gould shows bunt, then pulls his bat back. It's a high pitch upstairs and away from the right-handed batter Gould. Count at 1-0, no outs. Bottom of the third, 1-0 Crushers. Pat Leday, the all-star for the Crushers, on the mound. He'll kick and fire a 1-0 pitch, and that is down and in for a ball. Count moves to 2-0 after the fastball from Pat Leday. Playing on the edge of the infield grass is the third baseman, Brody Wofford, and rightfully so, as Gould initially showed bunt in the first pitch of the at-bat. The 2-0 pitch, swing and a miss on a fastball upstairs from Leday. Count moves to 2-1, no outs here in the bottom of the third. Leday looks like he's ready to go at it again, wasting no time, takes a deep breath, now kicks and fires a 2-1 pitch. That's a high fastball once more inside. Swing and a miss from Gould evens the count at 2.
Real quickly, I was telling him about Santiago. He threw it to first base. I said, don't do that again. And he said, me got good arm. Me got good arm.
The 2-2 from Pat Leday. It'll be a ground ball. It goes past Wofford. Grounding first, heading to second is J.J. Gould. And he'll stop there. A leadoff runner for the Otters is on base. And J.J. Gould is in scoring position at second.
Base hit.
And we're going to rule it a double.
You know, there's that good old story again, Dave. One of the things I dislike, the third baseman had an easy play at third base, but he had to backhand it. Well, he brought that glove down to the backhand, and the ball never came up into his glove. It just stayed down and went into left field. You know, all he had to do was take one step, field the ball in front of him. But they've got to play that fanciness, that Hollywood stuff.
Cronin to the plate in a lefty-lefty matchup. The first pitch will be slapped foul behind home plate, catching the edge of the bat and towards the middle of the barrel. Count moves to 0-1 to David Cronin. He's got his buddy J.J. Gould on second, and he would most likely like to score him with a base hit.
Well, the right field is playing kind of deep. Left fielder's not that short. Center field is probably the shortest. He might have a motor, though.
0-1. That'll be outside for a ball. Count moves to 1-1 to David Cronin. Cronin, as we noted earlier, is the spark plug of this Otters offense. He delivered last Sunday in the first RBI against the Miners last week.
Yeah, the day he had 3 hits. Boom, boom, boom. I mean, they were hits.
The 1-1 will be popped up. Foul territory. First base side. And now Hill says he'll make the catch for out number 1. Gould still stranded at second.
Now, there is a good case of teamwork, Dave. I know you observed it, and I'm just emphasizing it. Whereas the first baseman and the third baseman both were following that play. First baseman more or less had it, and the second baseman called him off, and the first baseman dropped out of the play, and the second baseman made the attack. They didn't collide. They didn't argue. They didn't fight. That's communication. That's what you got to do.
Keith Griesaber to the plate. He does not have an official at bat as he walked back in the first. On second is J.J. Gould. He led off this bottom of the third with a double. The first pitch to Griesaber, swing and a miss on a biting, breaking ball from Pat Leday. Count at 0-1. Gould led off with a double. 1-0 Crushers here in the bottom of the third. Each team now has 2 hits. The 0-1. Line drive, just foul down the third base line. I thought that was going to bounce towards the wall in left field. Instead, the count will move quickly to 0-2.
You thought it was going to be fair?
I did.
Oh, no. It was too much of a pull.
Maybe I'm too optimistic.
Yeah, well, I would love to have seen it, but now the angle of the that it was flying was too much. I was looking at the bullpen, retrieving the ball and throwing it in the stands.
0-2, fly ball, foul down the first base line. Count at 0-2, 1 out, 1-0 Crushers in the bottom of the third. Each team has 2 hits. Griesaber hitting .302 on the year with 79 hits, 35 RBIs, and he only has 1 home run. It was hit all the way back in May. He's probably due for quite a while. 0-2 the count to Griesaber. Leday will check Gould at second. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, but dropping that one is De La Rosa. Throws down to first in time. And there are 2 away here in the bottom of the third after Gould led off with a double.
Well, it's up to Ryan. Ryan hit a pretty good shot to right center his last time up. He hasn't had a home run in a long, long time. And, boy, it would be nice now to get out of that rut, R-U-T, rut.
His last home run against these Lake Erie Crushers.
Yeah.
First pitch to Ryan Long is a ball inside. Lefty-lefty matchup, count at 1-0. And the train is coming through.
Yeah, well, that's why Paul Mangley's not on the station. He's on that train. He spent 25 years, I think, on that train.
The 1-0 to Long. Check swing. It's a ball upstairs. Inside. Count now at 2-0 with 2 outs.
Yeah, I'm glad Ryan stayed off that one. Now, here's a good time, and you're going to say, well, he's going to throw a fastball, and it's going to be down the middle because he doesn't want to have ball 3. But that doesn't mean it is a fastball, so it's going to be interesting to see whether he throws a fastball or a breaking pitch to Ryan.
2-0. Yeah. That will drop in there. Curveball in there for strike 1.
Yeah, you see now, you're expecting a fastball, and he got that breaking pitch. I could call
it. Dropped in there towards the middle of the plate at the very last second. Good pitch selection by Leday right there. 2-1 the count, 2 outs, 1-0 Crushers. J.J. Gould, the lone man at second. The next pitch goes away from De La Rosa, but De La Rosa gets in front of the ball, and he stares down Gould at second. J.J. Wise did not advance to third.
Wasn't it Beasley the other day had a 3-0 count and come out, and he come in with a curveball and got a strike?
Yes.
And then he threw the second strike, then come back, and he struck the guy out with a curveball again.
That's right. 3-1, the count to Ryan Long. Runner on second and J.J. Gould. He led off this inning with a double. The 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss.
Ooh, he was going for the home run then.
Leday brings the heat for strike 2.
Yeah, he was, Ryan had that home run swing in there, but it was just a little too high.
Looks like he took his eye off it just a second, and the count is now full with 2 outs. The day comes set, and Ryan Long will call time. Man from Crandall, Texas at the plate, leading the Frontier League in RBIs with 57. Second in the league in home runs, behind Washington's Hector Roa. He's got 14. Ryan has 12. The payoff pitch will be popped up. Foul territory, third base side. Wofford is there to end the inning. J.J. Gould stranded at second. 3 up, 3 down. We head to the fourth. 1-0 Crushers on 91.5 WUEV and the Otters Digital Network.
Since 1994, Slay's Restoration has been assisting tri-state residents clean up and restore their properties after disasters of all kinds. Located at 2121 Cotter Avenue in Evansville, Slay's Restoration offers assistance for water damage, fire and smoke damage, mold and biohazard mitigation, complete reconstruction, and much more. Slay's Restoration can be reached toll-free 24 hours a day at 1-888-776-8555. It can also be found online at slaysrestoration.com.
Free music, ticket giveaways, artist interviews, and jazz that cooks the blues away. The sounds are perking hot in the Jazz Cafe. I'm Paul Mattingly. I bring all that is jazz and focus on some of the best in area music and culture. Tune into the Jazz Cafe every Friday from 3 until 6 p.m. If online music is your obsession, catch us at WUEV.org. 91.5 UEV is your only place for jazz in the tri-state.
SRG Global, a Guardian company, would like to wish the Evansville Otters the best of luck in today's contest. Founded in 1932, SRG Global is one of the world's largest manufacturers of chrome-plated plastic parts for the automotive, commercial truck, and household appliance industry. Located locally at 601 North Congress Avenue in Evansville, SRG Global can be found online at srgglobal.com. They can also be reached in Evansville by phone at 812-477-6151.
Welcome back to Evansville Otters Baseball. Dave Gwynn, Bill McCune on the call. We're in the top of the fourth, 1-0 Crushers. Tyler Vale on the mound. And after allowing a run in the first, he seems to have settled in as we head to the top of the fourth.
Well, there were two hits in that first inning, and that's how that run was accounted for. If you remember, that guy that got that double, Marino got the base hit, but it was Burdick that lined it down the left field line for a double that drove in Marino. So, but other than that, I mean, Vale's pitching a pretty good game out there, as well as the other pitcher,
Pat Leday.
Yeah.
The first pitch from Tyler Vale is a breaking ball in the dirt. Count at 1-0. Dale Burdick to the plate, and he has the RBI double that occurred back in the first that scored Emmanuel Marrero. The only 2 hits the Crushers have had today. Riz will set up outside, and the next pitch is getting by Rizzatello as a breaking ball from Vale is delivered to move the count to 2-0 with no outs.
He's still throwing outside to these right-hand batters, and again, like just that one, way outside. You know, both pitchers only have 2 strikeouts, and we're in the 4th inning, and Vale's 2 strikeouts came in the first inning.
The 2-0, a strike down the heart of the plate, moving the count to 2-1.
So it hasn't been a strikeout day for either team. Of course, we're only in the 4th inning, completed 3.
The 2-1 from Vail. Swing and a miss. There it is.
Oh, yeah. That snake just bit that one.
The slider with a venomous bite. Count even at 2. Vail rocking on the right side of the rubber. Fires a 2-2.
There it is again. Ooh.
And that pitch was good location, a good framework by Rizzatello. The count is full as that pitch was a bit outside.
You couldn't ask for a better pitch, though. I mean, besides being over the plate, middle of the plate.
The payoff pitch from Vail. Ground ball foul down the third base line. That was a fastball a bit up from Tyler Vail. So Burdick has not chased the pitch that's away in the zone. I guess I would try to throw to him inside, but you want to be careful of not throwing a pitch down the heart of the plate. The 3-2 from Vail. Drops in there a cold strike 3 for out number 1. One away, and that curveball seemed to drop inside to Dale Burdick. One away in the top of the 4th.
Yep, that was a good curveball.
Brody Wofford steps to the dish. He is 0 for 1. He struck out looking back in the first. First pitch will be foul down the third base line. It caught the middle of the barrel of the bat on its edge, moving the count to 0-1 with 1 out. 1-0 Crushers the score here in the top of the 4th. Live from Bosse Field. After the rain, the skies have been cleared. The next pitch is upstairs for a ball, evening the count at 1 with 1 out. $2 Tuesday at Bosse Field. If you're listening in your car, come on out. $2 tickets for general admission, as well as $2 popcorn. The 1-1 pitch. It will be a fly ball to right field, and that will be drifting foul, moving the count to 1-2.
A very comfortable night to watch a baseball game. You can lounge in the seat and just watch a beautiful ball game. It's 1-0. We're in the 4th.
Vail fires a 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. A high fastball for strike number 3. 2 away in the top of the 4th. Back-to-back strikeouts for Vail. 2 up, 2 down. We head to Zach Rakusin, the left fielder.
He just doubled his strikeout ratio. He only had 2, now he has 4.
Nice.
And he leads the all-time Evansville pitchers with strikeouts. That's not a bad go down in the Otter history book.
The first pitch is fouled away. Phelps thinks he might have it. And that pitch will hit off the top of the roof of Bosse Field. Count at 0-1. Oh, the count. A tad muggy out there, but sun is setting. The skies are clear at Bosse Field. The tarp was out in plenty of time. All the seats are dry last time I checked. Vail's 0-1 pitch will be a fly ball over the pitcher's mound. Cronin might have a play, and he doesn't. He threw across his body, and reaching base with a single is Zach Rakusin with 2 outs in the 4th.
I don't think you'll see too many major league second basemen execute that play like Dave Cronin did, Dave. I mean, that was over second base and short center field, more or less on the shortstop side, and he wandered all the way over, leaped in the air and threw, but you can't get a good, strong throw when you're in the air. Give Cronin credit for going and doing what he did.
This is a first pitch swing into center field. That's going to drop it for a base hit, and the Crushers continue a potential 2-out rally. Back-to-back singles by Rakusin and Jake Veith, who has another hit off of Tyler Vail. It'll bring up the 8-hole hitter, the catcher, Brian De La Rosa. Open bag at third. 1-0 Crushers the score. They're threatening with runners on first and second with 2 outs. We're here at the top of the fourth at Bossy Field. Historic Bossy Field.
Yes. You know, I was watching Mike. I've never understood. I remember Jim Brownlee with the University of Evansville, and I was helping him coach back, 20 years ago, whatever. And
first pitch will be a line drive. Oh, that is caught.
Yeah.
Athleticism by J.J. Gould with a Derek Jeter-esque catch to end the inning. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Hops by J.J. Gould gets the Otters out of the inning. It's 1-0 Crushers on 91.5 WUEV and the Otters Digital Network.
The Tin Fish Restaurant is located at 707 State Street in Newburgh, Indiana. Independently owned and operated, the Tin Fish menu featured salads and sandwiches, as well as seafood platters and combos, and seafood burritos, tacos, and burgers. The Tin Fish Restaurant is open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. They can be reached by phone at 812-490-7000. Visit them online at tinfishnewburgh.com. The Tin Fish Restaurant, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
The 5th annual Blues on the Rock concert will take place on Sunday, September 1st at Rockport City Park in Rockport, Indiana. Gates open at noon, and live music starts at 2 p.m. with Jonas Cowan, Beyond Blue, Bosco France, Muddy Gut, and headliner Sean Murphy. The event will also feature multiple food and drink vendors as well as an art contest. If you'd like more information on the event, you can contact the River Basin Blues Society at evansvilleblues.com or visit the River Basin Blues Society Facebook page.
Injuries are inevitable. It doesn't matter if you're playing baseball, walking the dog, or falling from a ladder. Injuries happen. When they do, Tri-State Orthopedics offers treatment for sprains, strains, and fractures by medical specialists. Tri-State Orthopedics is located at 225 Cross Lake Drive in Evansville, just north of the Lloyd and I-164. Tri-State Orthopedics can be reached by phone at 812-477-1558. Its urgent care line is 812-474-OUCH. Tri-State Orthopedics, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
Welcome back to Evansville Otters baseball. Dave Nguyen, Bill McCune on the call. We are scoreless, the Otters are scoreless as we head to the bottom of the fourth. It is 1-0 Crushers. Lake Erie scored the first run of the game back in the first on an RBI by Dale Burdick, an RBI double. To the plate for the Otters will be Mike Rizzatello, Elijah McNamee, and Jack Meggs for batters 4, 5, and 6 in the Otters order. And that play that was made by J.J. Gould to get the Otters out of the inning was pretty impressive. He jumped in the air and snatched that ball with his glove, threw it down quickly like it was nothing.
I would say I'll give you credit for that. That belongs on ESPN tonight. Outstanding play, defensive play.
Mike Rizzatello to the plate. Mike is 0 for 1. He flew out or popped up to the pitcher in his last at-bat. The first pitch from Pat Leday, the all-star for the Crushers, is low and away for a ball. Count at 1-0 to Riz. Leday comes set from the belt, fires a 1-0 pitch. It'll be a slow hit ground ball to right to the pitcher Leday. He'll toss over to first. Second pitch of the at-bat, 1 away here in the bottom of the fourth.
It looked on that particular play, Dave, Mike was jammed, and he never got a full swing. He got a half a swing, and the ball hit the bat and just trotted out there to the pitcher's mound. Mike was totally confused and was more or less stunned, and it was an easy out, but it wasn't a swing. It was a defensive going away from the pitch, but it hit the bat.
The first pitch to Elijah McNamee. A slow chopper in front of the pitcher's mound. Throw over to first. 1 pitch, 1 out. 2 up, 2 down, and the bottom of the fourth.
Both outs recorded by the pitcher. How many times do you see that?
Not too often.
No way.
To the plate now is Jack Meggs. Jack grounded out to Aaron Hill, the second baseman, in his last at-bat. He is 0 for 1. Jack hitting .247 on the season, 56 hits, 22 RBIs, and an on-base percentage of .324. The man from Sammamish, Washington, digs in. Leday fires the first pitch. Meggs shows bunt, pulls his bat back, as it will be a called strike. 0-1 the count in a lefty-lefty matchup. Leday looking comfortable as this game continues to go on.
Well, you said he was an all-star pitcher.
90 strikeouts heading into this game today. This next pitch is a called strike on the outside corner to Meggs. Low and away to the left-handed batter. Count moving quickly to 0-2 with 2 outs. The 0-2 pitch. Check swing. And the home plate umpire says Meggs goes around, and Dennis Fretch for out number 3. Another 1-2-3 inning for Patrick Leday of the Crushers. We head to the 5th. 1-0 Lake Erie on the Otters Digital Network and 91.5 WUEV.
The pizza brick road always goes to Tyroni's. I'm in the mood for pizza and I'm ready to go. The pizza brick road goes to Tyroni's. So follow me down the pizza brick road. Road down to Tyroni's. The pizza brick road. The pizza brick road always goes to Tyroni's.
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811. Brought to you by Indiana 811.
The Evansville Otters would like to thank the Evansville Courier and Press for their support and coverage of Otters baseball. The Evansville Courier and Press provides news, sports, and weather coverage to the tri-state, both in a print and online edition. The Evansville Courier and Press can be found online at courierandpress.com, as well as on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest. The Evansville Courier and Press, a member of the Journal Media Group.
First pitch will be a line drive. Oh, that is caught.
Yeah.
Athleticism by J.J. Gould with a Derek Jeter-esque catch to end the inning. Welcome back to Evansville Otters baseball. Dave Nguyen, Bill McCune on the call. Top 5, 1-0 Crushers. And Tyler Vell, after a not so good of a first inning, he settled in quite well as the Crushers had a 2-out RBI double to get their first run on the board.
You know, Dave, I'm just thinking the crowd is not that heavy tonight. We all said because of the rain, there's a beautiful curveball. But anyway, I'm just looking down there at Benny, who is going to be a teacher at West Catholic Schools. He's the clubhouse man here. And I was talking to him before the game.
0-1 snag by Ryan Long across his body for out number 1.
So there you got 2 outstanding plays. One by the shortstop and the other one now by Ryan Long. But anyway, getting back, the school system starts tomorrow. So that's the first day of school. So maybe a lot of parents are getting the kids all ready for school. And so, you know, their mind and their time is devoted to their children today. But poor Benny is going to be here, washing those uniforms, and still be at school tomorrow morning. I think he said 6:30.
Oh, that stinks. First pitch from Vell to Aaron Hill, as we're back at the top of the order, is outside for a ball. 1-0 the count, 1 out. Top of the fifth, 1-0 Lake Erie. From the right side of the rubber, Vale digs in, rocking, firing, 1-0 pitch. That's a breaking ball in the dirt, moving the count to 2-0 with 1 out.
Yeah, Benny's one of the nicest kids you ever saw.
Oh, he's really nice.
It started here as a bat boy many years ago. Worked his way up the ladder. And, of course, worked his way through college to be a school teacher tonight.
2-0. Swing and a miss. A fastball from Vale moves the count to 2-1.
Yeah, Benny was working here, and he was working over at Schnucks and going to school at the same time.
Oh, wow.
3 things at one time.
2-1. Swing and a miss. There's the fastball upstairs from Tyler Vale. Swing and a miss from Hill. Evens the count at 2 with 1 out.
Yeah, Hill just chased the two strikes he's got. Vale's got was 2 fastballs high and tight.
Let's see if he comes back with a curveball. The 2-2. Called strike 3. Another strikeout for Tyler Vale. There's 2 away. 2 up, 2 down. And we'll bring back Emmanuel Marrero, the shortstop.
We're in the 5th inning, and I've got Mr. Vale for 6 strikeouts already.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you.
Switch hitting at Marrero from the left side of the box. Vale fires the first pitch.
Ooh,
a slider, there it is.
The snake. Boy, when that is working, the batter looks
foolish.
Foolish, there's a good word.
All right. 0-1 the count after the slider that bites from Vale. Count at 0-1 with 2 outs. Here's the next pitch. Ground ball, foul down the first baseline. Count quickly at 0-2. And that's what has helped not only Vale, but a lot of these Otters pitchers. Randy was so effective with it when he was here. First 3 pitches of the at-bat, the batter is 0-2, and the next pitch is foul, or it's 1-2.
Right. You mentioned that several times in different pitchers, and you're correct. I mean, McGuff and the Irishman and Randy were always 0-2.
The 0-2 pitch. That is a bit inside belt high to Marrero. Count now at 1-2. Marrero was in Double-A with the Reading Phillies last year.
Oh, really? One of the nicest ballparks in the entire United States.
I've heard it's called Baseball Town, USA.
That I don't know, but I know I enjoyed being in Reading.
The 1-2 pitch will be fouled away. A fastball that's upstairs from Vale. Getting a piece of that is Marrero as he chased it to having the count remain at 1-2.
Yeah, I used to stay at the Reading Motor Inn, and they made a movie there, Run, Rabbit, Run, with Jim, oh boy, big star. He wasn't a big star then, but he is now. Run, Rabbit, Run.
The 1-2. That was close to being a strike. Vale doesn't get the call, as it is a ball outside away from Marrero. Yeah. Count even at 2 with 2 outs. Bases empty. 1-0 Crushers in the top of the 5th. Vale agrees with the sign with his catcher, Rizzatello. Riz will set up outside. The 2-2. Swing and a drive. A great stop and catch by Dakota Phillips. He leaps in the air and catches that ball with ease to end the inning. We head to the bottom of the 5th. 1-0 Crushers as the Otters are flashing the leather right here on the Otters Digital Network and 91.5 WUEV.
GD Ritzy's is a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball. GD Ritzy's menu features hamburgers, grilled chicken sandwiches, old-fashioned peanut butter and jelly, and ice cream. With 3 Evansville locations: west at 4810 University Drive, on the north side at 4320 North 1st Avenue, and on the east side at 601 North Green River Road. GD Ritzy's is open from 10 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. Sunday through Thursday, and 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. on Friday and Saturday. GD Ritzy's, a proud supporter of the Evansville Otters.
Heritage Federal Credit Union has 7 full-service branches in both Evansville and Newburgh, serving more than 38,000 members. Membership is open to anyone who lives, works, worships, or attends school in Vanderburgh or Warwick County. Heritage Federal Credit Union offers mortgage and consumer loans, checking and savings accounts, as well as online banking for members. Heritage Federal Credit Union can be reached toll-free by phone at 1-800-858-1693. It can also be found online at hfcu.info.
The Hoosier Lottery began selling lottery tickets on October 13, 1989. Since then, the Hoosier Lottery has offered hundreds of different games, awarded prizes to millions of players, and given billions of dollars to the state of Indiana. The Hoosier Lottery's mission is to responsibly provide innovative and entertaining lottery games for the benefit of the citizens of Indiana. To learn more about the Hoosier Lottery, visit them online at HoosierLottery.com. The Hoosier Lottery, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
Welcome back to Evansville Otters baseball. Dave Nguyen, Bill McCune on the call. The Otters have flashed the leather. Great catches by Phillips. At first, he leaped up to get the fly out to Emmanuel Marrero. Ryan Long began the inning with robbing Dre Hubbard of a hit down the third base line. J.J. Gould, back in the top of the fourth, had a leaping grab to rob Brian De La Rosa. The Otters' defense is playing well. Hopefully they can get the bats rolling against Ledet right now.
All right. And James Caan was the movie star we couldn't think of. So
James Caan, most notable for his character Sonny in The Godfather, one of my favorites and arguably everyone's favorite. First pitch to Hunter Cullen is a called strike one on the outside corner in the lefty-lefty matchup. That pitch was about knee-high away from the center fielder Cullen. He has the only one of 2 hits, I should say, for the Otters. Next pitch is similar location, fastball from Ledet. He catches the outside corner a bit more for a ball this time. Count even at 1. Ledet comes set from the belt. He fires a 1-1 pitch. That's a curveball that dropped in beautifully for strike 2. Off speed curveball.
Dave, stop taking my words. Good call, though.
Appreciate it. Here's the 1-2. Low and away for a ball. Count will be even at 2. I got to tell you, Ledet brings the heat with a fastball. He has that off-speed curveball that has kept the Otters hitters off balance.
Well, you're right, and he's got a good fastball. I mean, I'm going to say it's in the 90s. And you can say the good off-speed curve with a good speed velocity on the fastball.
2-2. That hits Hunter Cullen.
So he's on with 2 hits.
He has some choice words as he trots down to first base to the Otters dugout. And Hunter might need to rub some ice on it after the game.
Well, a good athlete doesn't show any
weakness.
You may be crying inside, but on the outside, as Tom Hanks would say, baseball players don't cry. Wasn't that Hank?
There's no crying in baseball.
Oh, all right, that was Tom Hanks, right? All right, no, there's no crying in baseball. Okay. Oh, what a lead Hunter's got. My God, that's a good 10-foot lead.
Ledet stares him down. The first pitch to Phillips. A drive into center field, going back, and that will be going all the way to the right center field wall. Rounding third and scoring is Hunter Cullen. Dakota Phillips with an RBI double. This game is tied at 1. The Otters are on the board.
Yeah. You make a mistake by hitting a a player, and then all of a sudden the next guy gets a double, and before you know it, the big lead you had is no longer there. He did. Phillips has got good power.
First pitch, too. First pitch of the at-bat, he must have saw a fastball, sitting on it, hit number 40, and RBI number 28 for Phillips here in the bottom of the fifth. J.J. Gould to the plate. He has the second hit of the day for Evansville. He led off the bottom of the third inning with a double down the left field line that went past Brody Wofford, who tried to backhand a ground ball. Hit hard by Gould. He's got a runner at second and Phillips. There are still no outs. We are tied at 1. First pitch from Leday is a curveball with a little bit of mustard on it for strike 1.
You know, the other day you saw something that was the International League play, if you recall. They started off at second base, and the next batter that led that inning off bunted to move the runner to third. You remember that?
Yes, I do.
And it was, anyway, they did score. So right now, it might be well to move that runner over the way this guy is pitching. Runs are scarce.
1-1 the count to J.J. Here's the third pitch. And that will be off speed, dropping in there this time for a ball as it was high, above belt high, in the middle of the zone for J.J. Gould. Count moves to 2-1, tie game at 1 after the RBI double by Dakota Phillips. The 2-1 pitch. Check swing, doesn't matter. It's a called strike 2. Knee high away from Phillips, the right-handed batter. Even count at 2, no outs. Tie game at 1 after Dakota Phillips doubled to score Hunter Cullen using his speed around originating from first base. The 2-2 pitch will be a fly ball lifted in the air. Right center field. And the right fielder, Kraft, will get it for out number 1. He caught the ball over the center fielder, Dre Hubbard. 1 away here in the bottom of the fifth. David Cronin to the plate.
And those two outfielders, the center fielder and the right fielder, they're talking, and they should. I don't know. There could have been a big collision out there. As center fielder really came over. He went out of his position. It was a right fielder's play at all time.
To the plate now is David Cronin, the spark plug of this offense. David is 0 for 2 with a ground out and a fly out. First pitch, he shows bunt. It'll be bouncing behind home plate and moving the count to 0-1.
Now, I want you to look at that shortstop where he's playing. I mean, you could drive 5 semi-trucks through that hole between short and third.
So it looks like they're playing Cronin to pull towards the right side of the infield.
That's exactly right.
There is an open hole on the left side of the infield. Playing on the edge of the infield grass is the third baseman, Wofford. Second pitch is a breaking ball in the dirt from Leday. Even count at 1.
I can see the second baseman playing shading to first base, yes, because David does pull a lot between first and second, so I could see him shading. The shortstop, I think he's overplaying. But who knows? Only the shadow.
I thought who was on first? The 1-1. Swing and a drive to shallow left field. Playable for Atcuson. He makes the catch for out number 2.
See, now, if you had bunted, if J.J. had bunted that runner over, we might have had that extra run right now.
Keith Griesaber to the plate. He is 0 for 1 today. He walked back in the first, and then he struck out in the third.
On a bad pitch in the dirt. It was a bad pitch. It tells you one thing. Keith was not watching the ball. When you swing at a ball that's in the dirt, that means you're not watching it.
First pitch to Keith. A ball upstairs outside to the right-handed batter, Greasaber, the St. Louis native. Count at 1-0 with 2 outs. Keith is happy he was able to see his mother over the weekend.
I was just going to ask you when they play in Gateway.
We won't.
No, when they play in Gateway, his parents come there.
Yes.
His mother, yeah.
The 1-0 pitch.
That's a strike.
Right in there for a strike one. Curveball from Pat Leday. Evens the count at 1 with 2 outs.
Yeah, you got Keith having his mother come to see him in Gateway, and David playing in Windy City. His father comes over. So that's not bad.
1-1 the count. Runner on second to Phillips. The next pitch to Greasaber. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball away from Leday. Count moves to 1-2. 2 outs. Tie game at 1 after the Dakota Phillips RBI double. Leday might go away once more right here. Keith needs to be careful.
Yeah, 2 strikes.
The 1-2 pitch is in the dirt. Keith lays his bat back.
He followed that pitch. You could see his head. His head went back, went into catcher's mitt. His eyes did. Yeah.
2-2 the count. 2 outs. Runner on second. Bottom of the 5th. Tie game at 1. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Fastball from Leday gets the Crushers out of the inning, but not before Dakota Phillips ties this game at 1 with an RBI double. We head to the 6th, tied at 1 at Bossy Field on 91.5 WUEV and the Otters Digital Network.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Chapter 16, would like to take time to say, Go Otters! The IBEW Local 16's jurisdiction includes 13 counties in southwestern Indiana, as well as Wabash County in Illinois. Its members are divided into several categories of electrical work, including inside construction, maintenance electric, residential wiring, and sign classifications. More information on IBEW Local 16 can be found online at ibew16.net.
The Tri-State Area Marathon service stations are proud supporters of the Evansville Otters. Marathon has over 5,100 Marathon-branded stations nationwide, and a full list of area Marathon stations and a list of daily gas prices are available online at myMarathonStation.com. Marathon provides products which support commercial, industrial, and retail operations. Marathon's slogan is Fueling the American Spirit.
This Evansville Otters broadcast is made possible through support from New Image Travel. New Image Travel provides motor coach charter service to the United States and Canada with pickup within a 150-mile radius of Evansville. A full list of New Image Travel's offerings can be found online at newimagecharter.com. New Image Travel can be reached toll-free at 1-800-432-6213. New Image Travel, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
You're listening to exclusive coverage of Evansville Otters baseball on 91.5 FM WUEV Evansville.
Welcome back to Evansville Otters baseball. Dave Nguyen, Bill McCune on the call. Tie game at 1 between the Otters and Crushers. Crushers currently the first place team in the Frontier League East Division with a record of 38 and 22. The Otters second place in the Frontier League West Division with a record of 39 and 22.
The other day we were 2 behind Florence, and now we're 4.5 behind Florence.
First pitch to Kraft is low and away for a ball from Tyler Vales. We start the top of the 6th. And I guess that's what happens when you're riding a 4-game losing streak.
I was just going to say, when you were 2 behind, and then all of a sudden you lose all those games, next thing you know, you're way behind. You know, it's just like in the early part of a game when you let 4 or 5 runs go in the first and second innings. It's hard to make up.
The 2-0 pitch will be a line drive over the head of the pitcher Tyler Vale. It'll roll into center field for a base hit for Stephen Kraft.
Now let's watch the psychology of the manager of this team. Is he going to bunt? We're in the 6th inning. It's a tie game, 1-1. Neither team has been hitting well or scoring runs. They're hard to come by, so is he going to bunt to move that runner in scoring position? We'll see.
Throw over to first, not in time.
What do you think?
If I were the Crushers?
You're a manager. Right? Are you going to play it?
Well, Burdick has power. He has your RBI back in the first. I'm not going to bunt him.
Okay. Yeah, you know more than me then. See,
as far as the situation, I don't think Burdick is a guy you would want bunting if he's got power.
Well, Babe Ruth bunted. He had he had some power.
And did it on cheeseburgers and soda, right? 1-0. Throw down to first. Rizzatello did not get the ball out quick in time. And a great snag by Cronin saves that ball from sailing into the outfield.
Yeah, Mike, the ball got caught in that webbing. And Mike, he had to take a few steps. And although, give Mike credit, he was always moving in the second base direction, which he should have been. So he couldn't get the ball out of the glove, but he did make a good effort. So he gets an A, not an A+. The
2-0, low and away in the dirt. Vale cannot find the strike zone right now in this at-bat, as the count is now at 3-0.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can't put runners on base. I mean, even the guy scores from second. It's a 2-1 game. You always have a chance.
The 3-0 outside for ball 4. So Kraft advanced to second before the at-bat was finished. There are now runners on first and second for the Crushers.
And no outs.
Now you bunt if you're Lake Erie.
Oh, okay. Oh, my God. Here comes Max.
As there is some action in the Otters pen. I think this is more of let's talk, figure it out. 48 strikes, 34 balls thrown by Tyler Vale. Has not had his best stuff today.
No, yeah, he's been wild, low and outside to all of right-hand hitters. And that is where his control has been poor. Although he's got quite a few strikeouts for the number of innings he's pitched. But anyway, he hasn't got those strikes when he needed them.
Ground ball can help out Vale right here. Runners on first and second. No outs. Tie game at 1 between the Crushers and the Otters. Ryan Long playing on the edge of the infield grass, expecting a bunt from Brody Wofford, as Wofford is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts heading into this at-bat. Long plays up a little bit more. First pitch, a ground ball, foul down the first baseline. Count at 0-1. Let's see, Bill, you remember a guy named Cy Young?
Oh, yes.
He threw a 3-hit. He threw a 3-hitter in his MLB debut for the Cleveland Spiders in an 8-1 win against the Chicago Colts.
Cy Young, that's who they named the outstanding pitcher after.
0-1, there's a bunt.
All right, first base.
Vale
will
throw over to first.
Base.
Phillips will cover the first base bag. The Wofford will do a good job in the sack bunt. There is one away. Going over to third is Kraft. Going over to second is Burdick. Rakusin to the plate. He is 1 for 2 with the single that occurred back in the 4th.
Now, this is where you need a strikeout.
Rakusin flew out to center field back in the second before he singled in the 4th.
All right.
First pitch. Ground ball Good stop by Gould, and he'll throw over to first. The run scores, and the Crushers play small ball to get their second run across the board. It's 2-1 Lake Erie. 2 outs after Gould throws over to first for out number 2. So Kraft will score, and RBI ground out by Zach Rakusin.
That's still a good ball game, even though it's a score of 2-1.
We are in a pitcher's duel as expected when we began this broadcast.
Right.
The last time these two pitchers faced off, they threw 14.1 scoreless innings. First pitch to Jake Veith is in the dirt for a ball. Count at 1-0. The first time these two pitchers went against each other was back at Bossy Field, Sunday, July 14th. And Vale only gave up 2 runs on 2 hits, 2 solo home runs. One to Marrero, the other one to Jake Veith, who stands in the box with a 1-0 count. The next pitch, swing and a miss, a curveball away, evens the count at 1.
Yeah, he was going for the downs on that particular swing. You know, when you see a batter take a swing and he loses his balance, you know he overswung.
The 1-1 pitch from Vale, swing and a miss for strike 2. That venomous slider right there.
You just took the words out of my mouth again. There goes the snake.
1-2 the count, 2 outs.
Well, I'll tell you what, when that is, when he's effective with that, that is one of the most wickedest pitches you ever want to meet. I don't think Ted Williams could hit it.
1-2.
There it is. Ooh.
That's just a bit inside for a ball. That was close, and I will tend to agree with you on that particular pitch. That was good location by Vale and the good framework by Mike Rizzatello behind home plate. 2-2 the count, 2 outs, runner on third for Lake Erie. They take the lead 2-1. Next pitch is high and away. Count now full on the fastball from Vale. And with the Otters having some arms warming up the bullpen, this may be the last inning for Tyler Vale, although we would want to push him to 7. We're in the top of the 6th, 2-1 Crushers. Here at Bossy Field, a clear night sky. Payoff pitch. Pop up. Fly ball, excuse me. Cullen is there, and he makes the catch for out number 3. 2-1 Crushers on the RBI ground out by Zach Rakusin. It scores Stephen Kraft. 2-1 Crushers as we head to the bottom of the 6th. You're listening to Evansville Otters Baseball on the Otters Digital Network and 91.5 WUEV.
Why Old National Bank? Old National Bank began in 1834 with just one room and a passion for helping people prosper. Today, we are honored and grateful to be the financial partner for so many businesses, families, and individuals like you. From our commitment to safety and security to our promise of service that will exceed your expectations, we want to be your bank for life. Old National Bank, member FDIC.
The local Pepsi Bottling Group features Pepsi Company products for distribution to retailers and vendors in the tri-state and would like to wish the Evansville Otters the best of luck in today's contest. The Pepsi Bottling Group has locations at 2605 West Marion Street in Marion, Illinois, 3081 Contronics Drive in Owensboro, Kentucky, and 11733 West Industrial Park Drive in Elberfeld, Indiana. Information on Pepsi products can be found online at PepsiCo.com. Pepsi, a proud supporter of the Evansville Otters.
Leday stares him down. The first pitch to Phillips. A drive into center field, going back, and that will be going all the way to the right center field wall. Rounding third and scoring is Hunter Cullen. Dakota Phillips with an RBI double. This game is tied at 1. The Otters are on the board. Well, Bill, start me up with a couple of hits as the Otters find themselves down by a score of 2-1 in the bottom of the 6th. In a pitcher's duel as expected, this game is a 2-1 ball game as both Patrick Leday for the Crushers and Tyler Vale of the Otters are pitching the ball very well for their respective teams. Dave Nguyen and Bill McCune on the call.
I tell you, it's either pitcher's game, and both have done exceptionally well. You know, this guy out there now, Ledette, you call him? Ledette. Only gave up 3 hits compared to Vale's only given up 5, so it's very respectable.
First pitch to Ryan Long will be outside for a ball. 1-0 the count to Ryan Long. Ryan is 0 for 2 today. It'll be Long, Rizzatello, and McNamee. The 1-0 pitch, swinging a drive to deep right field. Going back is Kraft to the warning track. He will find it and make the catch for out number 1.
That is one of Ryan's best swings and best drives, I'm going to say, within the last 2 weeks.
I thought that was gone.
I did too. But, you know, we said earlier in the season, earlier tonight, for some reason the ball is dying. Remember when that Vitt hit one, and I thought that was going further than what it did? So, yeah. But anyway, that was a good drive by Mr. Long.
Mike Rizzatello to the plate. He is also 0 for 2. It's a fly ball to left field. Rakusin is there to make the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out, 2 up, 2 down in the bottom of the 6th.
Well, we've had 2 good bat contacts, but both of them are within the playing field, so therefore they're outs. And what do we have, 2 pitches and 2 outs, or 3 pitches and 2 outs? 3 pitches and 2 outs, yeah.
So McNamee enters the plate. He is 0 for 2 as well. 13 games, he has 13 hits as an Otter. First pitch from Ledette. Fastball just outside. Count at 1-0. McNamee, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, led his team to the College World Series this year and last year. Swinging a drive, that's going to drop for a base hit. On the left side of the infield, McNamee is now 1 for 3, a 2-out single to possibly keep a rally alive for the Otters.
Yeah, Mr. Meggs can get on. We'll be sitting pretty.
Ledette right now, 51 strikes, 27 balls.
Wow.
Came in with a 2.15 ERA, 90 strikeouts, and 92 innings pitched. He doesn't have as many strikeouts today, but he is putting the ball in play for his infield and defense to make plays and make outs.
I got him for 4 strikeouts. That's it.
I think you're right. Ground ball swung on through the hole. The right side of the infield, a base hit. Heading to third base is McNamee. Runners now on the corners for the Otters. A 2-out single for Jack Meggs. To the plate now is Hunter Cullen.
Okay, and there goes someone down to warm up, too. I'm going to... Hunter's got 1 hitter. Well, he's got 2 hits. One's a base hit, and one's being hit by the pitch.
Hunter Cullen today, 1 for 1 with a walk and a single. The Otters threatening. They do hit the ball well with 2 outs with runners in scoring position. Lefty-lefty matchup as Ledette remains in the game for the Crushers. No one warming up in the Crushers' pen. First pitch to Cullen is low and away for a ball. 1-0 the count. McNamee 90 feet away. He represents the tying run.
A wild pitch might score.
The 1-0 from Ledette will be a fly ball. Shallow center field. And Hubbard is there to make the play and ending the inning. The Otters leave runners on the corners as we head to the 7th. 2-1 Lake Erie on the Otters Digital Network and 91.5 WUEV.
The Evansville Otters would like to thank Sinorama Evansville for their support this season. Sinorama Evansville is a multi-application supplier of custom-made signs, banners, and decals in the tri-state. Located at 1300 North Royal Avenue in Evansville, Sinorama is open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. They can be reached by phone at 812-477-7763 and can be found online at sinorama.com/in-Evansville. Sinorama Evansville, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
Since 1994, Slays Restoration has been assisting tri-state residents clean up and restore their properties after disasters of all kinds. Located at 2121 Cotter Avenue in Evansville, Slays Restoration offers assistance for water damage, fire and smoke damage, mold and biohazard mediation, complete reconstruction, and much more. Slays Restoration can be reached toll-free 24 hours a day at 1-888-776-8555. It can also be found online at slaysrestoration.com.
SRG Global, a Guardian company, would like to wish the Evansville Otters the best of luck in today's contest. Founded in 1932, SRG Global is one of the world's largest manufacturers of chrome-plated plastic parts for the automotive, commercial truck, and household appliance industry. Located locally at 601 North Congress Avenue in Evansville, SRG Global can be found online at srgglobal.com. They can also be reached in Evansville by phone at 812-477-6151.
The 2-2. Swing and a drive. A great stop and catch by Dakota Phillips. He leaps in the air and catches that ball with ease to end the inning. Welcome back to Evansville Otters baseball. Dave Nguyen, Bill McCune on the call. Top of the seventh. 2-1 Crushers.
It's a pitcher's game yet, although we're getting close to the end.
It's been a quick game.
Yes, it has been. Well, when you don't have that many hits and not many strikeouts.
Oh, there it is, Bill.
Yeah.
That venomous slider for strike one. Swing and a miss for De La Rosa. Count at 0-1.
The only thing is, Tyler hasn't been that effective with it, you know? I mean, yeah, he throws it, let's say 4 out of 10 times, and it's a strike, but the other 6 is too wide.
The 0-1 pitch. Right in there for strike two. Fastball from Tyler Vale. Count quickly at 0-2. No outs. Top of the seventh. De La Rosa is 0 for 1 with a flyout. He was robbed by J.J. Gould back in the fourth. He also walked in the second. Next pitch, and that one's just a bit upstairs for a ball.
Yeah, I don't. It used to be an old expression, don't dig in, because you're liable to get it, in the head. And a lot of times you get leaning.
1-2 the count. The next pitch. Fly ball. Deep center field. Going back is Cullen, and he makes the catch for out number 1. So a game that started at 6:35, it is now 8:31.
Yeah. You remember Dave Winfield played with the Padres and later
I've heard of
with
him.
the Yankees.
Yeah.
And Dave Winfield was a big boy. I mean, he never played minor league baseball, in case you're interested. Went from the college.
Right to the pros?
Right to the major leagues.
Wow.
And had an offer chance to play in the NBA as well.
Right.
And but Dave was big. And he would actually have his feet, I'm going to say maybe 6 inches away from that home plate. And when you pitch him inside, that's what you want to do. He'd get mad. And that's the only way to pitch him. And he would, threaten pitchers. So everybody would be afraid they would be pitching him outside, But, no, when you're hogging that plate, pitch inside. So if you get hit, it's your own fault.
2-0 the count to Dre Hubbard. Vale from the belt fires the next pitch. Drops in there for strike one.
Interesting story. We sold him to the Yankees with the Padres. We sold him to the Yankees. It wasn't a matter of contract. He wanted $10 million, and we offered him the $10 million. But then he wanted another $10 million for McDonald franchises.
2-1 drops in there for strike two.
And that wasn't, they agreed to that, but then he was going to use the $10 million for the franchises under his name, not Mr. Croc's name. So that's Mr. Croc said, hey, wait a minute,
2-2 is fouled behind home plate.
McDonald's is my business. The Padres is my, toy. And he told my brother Jack, get rid of him. And so that's how we sold him to the Yankees. He proved to be a pretty good ball player with the Yankees. Quite a few home runs. And you probably aren't cognizant of the fact.
2-2, swing and a miss. A high fastball for a strikeout for Tyler Vale. 2 away here in the top of the 7th.
There was a question, I don't remember the year, but Donnie Mattingly, they both ended up like I'm making this up, 362 to 363, and it was a matter of percentage points. In other words, 362, 5, 362, 6. Donnie got the award.
Aaron Hill to the plate. His first pitch is a fastball upstairs, count at 1-0, that just missed the top of the zone, as that was also belt high away from Hill. Count at 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. That'll be a ball inside belt high to Hill. Count moving to 2-0, 2 outs. Top of the 7th, 2-1 Crushers on the RBI ground out by Zach Rakusin back in the 6th. Crushers playing small ball for both of their runs. The 2-0 from Vale. Fastball inside for ball 3. So let's see if Vale will go back to the curveball. Does not want to walk the leadoff man, even though Aaron Hill is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. .30. Strike right down the middle. Count at 0-1.
A lot of times you've seen a batter have a 3-0 count and end up striking out. This would be an ideal time for that to happen for the Otters.
3-1. That'll be ball 4.
Yeah, low high.
Manuel Marrero to the plate. He is 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored back in the 1st. Do you remember Al Benton?
No.
Okay.
No.
Marrero, the switch hitter, standing in on the left side of the box. Runner on first for the Crushers, 2-1 Lake Erie.
Oh,
and he's caught in a rundown. Throw down to second base.
Run him back, run him back.
Throw over to Phillips at first. And caught stealing is Aaron Hill. And we head to the bottom of the 7th. Stretch time at Bosse Field. Otters down 2-1 to the Lake Erie Crushers. You're listening to Evansville Otters Baseball on 91.5 WUEV and the Otters Digital Network.
7th inning stretch time. Get up and move wherever you are, unless you're driving the car.
Let me hear you. Go in loud. 0-1, 0-2, 0-3. Take me out to the line. Take me out to the line. I don't care
A Case of the Blues is your home for blues music in the tri-state, featuring music from local artists like Honey Roy, Dale Niehaus and Bad Mojo, the Bosco France Band, and the Beat Daddies, as well as legends of the blues like B.B. King, Buddy Guy, and Muddy Waters. A Case of the Blues is on every Saturday from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., only on your place for blues in the tri-state, 91.5 FM WUEV Evansville, a University of Evansville radio station.
Welcome back to Evansville Otters baseball. Dave Nguyen, Bill McCune on the call. We're in the bottom of the seventh. Crushers have a 2-1 lead. Their ace, Pat Leday, on the mound for the seventh. He'll be facing off against Dakota Phillips, J.J. Gould, and David Cronin for batters 8, 9, and 1 in the order. Phillips, his last time up, hit the RBI double off Leday to give their Otters to tie the game at 1 at a time, the Otters' only run in this game. Lefty-lefty matchup. The first pitch to Phillips is a swing and a miss for strike one. That breaking ball was low and away. Phillips thought he could get the barrel on that baseball. Instead, it's a count at 0-1. Leday with another deep breath. Kicks and fires an 0-1 pitch. That'll be a breaking ball for a called strike two. On the curveball, off speed from Leday. 0-2 the count to Phillips. No outs. Bottom of the seventh, 2-1 Lake Erie. Leday agrees with the pitch. Kicks and fires an 0-2. Swing and a miss. Drop third strike. Throw it down to first is in time.
I'll tell you that De La Rosa, I tell you, it might be an M1 shot. I don't know. What a arm he's got. You're right. I mean, he just takes his time and go ahead, take another step, go ahead, get another one, and boom! What an arm.
J.J. Gould to the plate. He is 1 for 2 with a double off Leday that occurred back in the third. He also flew out to right field in the fifth. 1-0 the count to J.J. Leday, another deep breath. Kicks and fires, a 1-0 pitch. Check swing, doesn't matter, it's strike two. Or strike one, I should say. 1-1 the count with 1 out. 2-1 Crushers. The third baseman, Wofford, plays on the edge of the infield grass. 1-1.
Strike two.
That'll be dropping in there off speed for strike two.
He's utilizing that off-speed breaking pitch very, very effectively.
More than half the time it's been an off-speed curveball.
Right.
Gould needs to protect. Leday agrees with the sign from De La Rosa. They set up inside. The 1-2 is a bouncing ball in the dirt to even the count at 2 with 1 out. So Gould needs to be careful. In this at-bat, they've tried to jam him inside. The 2-2 upstairs for ball 3. Gould in a quality at-bat as we head to pitch number 6 between Gould and Leday. The all-star lefty for the Crushers. Kicks and fires a payoff pitch. That's ball 4 outside. A great at-bat by J.J. Gould working a 6-pitch walk. To the plate now is Dave Cronin, and he lives for situations like this. Dave is 0 for 3. Maybe the 4th time can bring him some luck.
Well, let's hope so. I mean, the last time we had this situation, we did have a base hit, and the runner went from first. That was Hunter. Hunter scored, but we had a runner go from first to third, but then we stranded the runners on first and third. So even if Dave was to get a hit and have runners on first and third situation, who knows?
Leday, 58 strikes, 32 balls. First pitch to Cronin is fouled away. caught the edge of the barrel of his bat. Down the third base line, count at 0-1 with one out. In a game that started at 6:35, it is now 8:45. Game has gone rather quick as it has been a pitcher's duel between Tyler Vale and Patrick Leday. Leday of the Crushers on the mound. Vale seems like his night might be over. Throw over to first is not in time. 0-1 the count remains to Cronin. There is some action in the Otters pen as the closer Taylor Wright has been stretching, as well as Kevin Simmons has been throwing for the Otters on the right on their first base side. 0-1 the count to Cronin, the man from Chicago. The lefty Leday against the lefty Cronin. De La Rosa sets up outside the 0-1. There's a ball upstairs. Even count at 1 out. 2-1 Crushers the score. Each team has 5 hits, no errors. Dre Hubbard, the center fielder, is shading towards his left, towards right center field to be exact.
And shallow. And Cronin has been known to hit a fly ball deep to the
1-1 drive over the outstretched reach of Hill. That'll be a base hit.
Yep.
Runners on first and second for the Otters. Cronin comes through with his first hit of the day. Make that 1 for 4 on the day for Big Dave Cronin. And this might be a mound visit for Pat Leday, and might be the end.
That is. They just signal for the new pitcher.
So Leday is responsible for Cronin and Gould on first and second base. Looks like Augie Gallardo will come in to relieve Leday. We'll come back after this quick pitching change. You're listening to Evansville Otters Baseball on the Otters Digital Network and 91.5 WUEV.
Up early, staying up late, or just can't sleep? Give 91.5 FM a listen. 3 to 5 a.m. Sunday through Friday. It's the overnight flight. Hand-picked grooves for the Tri-State's late nights. Nothing sounds quite like the overnight flight. 3 to 5 a.m. Central. 91.5 late night style from the UE campus. Tune in radio app in your phone. Across the world on WUEV.org.
The University of Evansville bookstore, located on the first floor of UE's Ridgeway Center, is your one-stop shop for University of Evansville apparel and gifts. The bookstore features various UE items, including clothing from Nike, J America, and Cotton Exchange. The bookstore is open Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30, and Saturday, 10 to 2. Parking is available on Walnut Street and in UE's H-Lot. The UE bookstore can also be found on the web at evansville.bkstr.com. The University of Evansville bookstore.
Welcome back to Evansville Otters Baseball. Dave Nguyen, Bill McCune on the call. Otters down 2-1. They had David Cronin at first. They have J.J. Gould at second base. Gould represents the tying run. Cronin represents the go-ahead run. Pat Leday, the all-star starter for the Crushers, their lone all-star, has been pulled. To the mound now is Augie Gallardo, who the Otters have faced before. Gallardo comes in with a .73 ERA. He's 3-1 in 29 games, 37 innings pitched. He's allowed 25 hits, 5 runs, 3 of them earned, 16 walks, and 46 strikeouts.
Well, he looks a little wild. I can see 16 walks, and maybe you got those 40 strikeouts might be out of fear that he's wild, so they get swinging at anything. But I just watched him there, and I tell you what, he threw a couple breaking curveballs that were strikes, but other than that, he was kind of all over the place.
Well, Otters hitting coach Bobby Siegel pulls out his clipboard, looks at his scouting report from Gallardo. The Otters have hit Gallardo before. Let's see if Griesaber can come through in the clutch for the Otters. Down 2-1 with their setup man and Gallardo on the mound. Gould at second, he's the tying run. Cronin at first, he's the go-ahead run. First pitch to Keith Griesaber. An off-speed pitch drops in there for strike one from Gallardo. Count at 0-1 with one out. Keith is 0 for 2 with a walk and 2 strikeouts.
And that shortstop, every time there's a runner on second, he kind of plays, Marino plays over there towards second base too much.
The 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt. Even count at 1 with one out. 2-1 the score in favor of Lake Erie. Otters threatening to tie and or taking the lead. Griesaber has 79 hits heading into this at-bat, batting at .302. The 1-1 pitch. We a line drive to right field. That's going to drop for a base hit. Heading to third is J.J. Gould. To second base is Cronin. The Otters have the bases juiced for Ryan Long.
Well, if you notice, J.J. was on second base, and he kind of floated halfway in between second and third, and someone will say, well, why didn't he go harder? Well, there was only one out, so therefore you're not sure whether he was going to catch that or not. I mean, I wasn't sure. That right fielder kind of played it safe, but that's why J.J. didn't go any further than where he is. So that was heads up, put it that way. That's good baseball.
So it looks like the outfield for the Crushers is playing no doubles defense. As all three outfielders are deep, there's a huge hole and between the left fielder Rakusin and the center fielder Andre Hubbard. First pitch to Ryan Long is a strike, excuse me.
Well, the umpire was indicating that it was a foul ball, and I couldn't believe that. Anyway, he gave the sign. It hit the glove. Hit the bat. Boy, all Ryan needs is a fly ball like the last time to get that RBI.
0-1 the count to Ryan Long, the man who leads the Frontier League in RBIs with 57. He's also second in the Frontier League with home runs with 12. Ryan has a solo, a 2-run, and a 3-run home run this year.
Well, the pressure is on him, I'll tell you that. Well, you said he was a quarterback. He should be used to pressure.
The 0-1 pitch. It'll be a breaking ball. Wild pitch. Coming home is Gould. He'll touch home, and this game is tied.
Yeah, boy.
Heads up base running by J.J. Gould, and this game is tied at 2. First, when the single occurred by Griesaber, he made sure that he was able to get to third base safely in time, and now he touches home on the wild pitch by Gallardo. And as you noted before we got to the pitching change, this guy might be wild. Clearly showed it right there.
Yeah, and the advantage we got now is the runners are on second and third. So we're still in a situation that if Ryan gets a sacrifice fly, we can go ahead. The infield's playing in, so that gives Ryan a better opportunity of getting one through.
The 1-1 pitch. A breaking ball towards the knees of Ryan Long inside in a righty-lefty matchup. Count now at 2-1. Cronin represents the go-ahead run. He advanced to third on the wild pitch. Griesaber represents insurance. He advances to second on the wild pitch. 2-1 the count to Long. Gallardo waits for the sign from his catcher, Brian De La Rosa, and Long will call time.
Yeah, if Ryan gets that ball over the plate, let her high, I'll tell you it's going to be bye-bye.
2-1 the count. 1 out, the next pitch. Swing and a late foul tip by Ryan Long will even the count at 2. Cronin represents the go-ahead run. The Otters have tied this game at 2 after the wild pitch from Gallardo allowed J.J. Gould to touch home. On deck will be Mike Rizzatello.
Just a fly ball is all we need.
There is a big hole in the outfield between left center.
You ain't kidding. A big hole's right.
They're playing Ryan Long to pull in the outfield towards right. The 2-2. And a breaking ball in there for a ball. Long says Cronin should hold at third base.
Yeah,
and that is the right call.
Yeah, their ball didn't get by the catcher that much. And remember the other day we gambled, and it was a bad call. The ball only got like 8 feet away, and one of our players tried to score, and he was out by 20 feet.
Big pitch right here. Full count, runners on second and third for the Otters, and a tie game at 2. Gallardo from the left side of the rubber, the payoff pitch. Ground ball to the pitcher's mound. Gould will try to tag home, and he gets there safely without a tag.
David Cronin scores.
The Otters take their first lead of the game off the chopper from Ryan Long. Cronin uses his quickness, avoids the tag from De La Rosa, and touches home to give the Otters a 3-2 lead.
Fielder's choice.
So a fielder's choice for Ryan Long. Cronin touches home, and the Otters have taken their first lead of the game, still one out. On first base is Ryan Long. On third base is Keith Griesaber.
I tell you what, Mr. Cronin was out by 10 feet, and he evaded that tag. That is heads up. That's gymnastics type of agility.
First pitch to Riz. Ground ball. Oh, good stop by the third baseman, Wofford. And it will be ruled foul, moving the count to 0-1.
Yeah.
Now, does that make it 58 for Ryan Long or no?
No.
No,
it's a fielder's choice.
Okay. Oh, 0-1 the count to Riz. Sack fly to the outfield can give the Otters insurance.
That center fielder. Look at that left fielder. Look at the right fielder, and you look at the center fielder, and little Mike has hit some pretty good long. Ooh.
Another wild pitch. Griesaber coming home. There is no throw to the plate. The second wild pitch by Augie Gallardo, and now De La Rosa throws the ball at second base. It sails to the outfield. Ryan Long advances to third base. Gallardo has been wild in this game. 2 runs have scored off of 2 wild pitches by Gallardo. The Otters extend their lead now to 4-2.
Yep, it's you bring in a guy that can't find the plate, and sometimes we've done it too. You bring in the wrong man. One guy, the starter's doing well, and you bring in a reliever, and boy, there he blows up the building.
So now Pat Leday and Tyler Vale do not have a decision in this game.
Oh, yeah, this is Vale's.
Oh, ground ball hit sharply at the shortstop in Morero, and he throws over to first to get the second out of the inning.
Vale's still the pitcher.
Oh, is he?
Well, yeah, no one else came in yet.
Okay.
So as of now, it's still Vale.
So Long held at third as the infield was in, ground up by Rizzatello, makes out number 2. The Otters have scored 3 runs in this inning. They were down by a score of 2-1. They are now on top by a score of 4-2.
And it's the 7th inning. Mark that down. That's when they score.
First pitch to Elijah McNamee with 2 outs.
Got a base hit the last time up, did he not?
Yes, he did. So if we look at our stats correctly, the Otters have scored the most runs of a game
in the 7th inning.
In the 7th inning throughout the season.
40-some.
51 heading into this inning.
Okay.
Make that 54 after today, and possibly more. Next pitch to McNamee is foul down the first base line. Veith is there, and he makes the catch in foul territory at the end of the inning. The Otters score 3 runs and take their first lead of the game. That is now 4-2. We'll come back after this on Evansville Otters Baseball, 91.5 WUEV and the Otters Digital Network.
The University of Evansville's Department of Creative Writing is one of the few schools in the country to offer a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Creative Writing. Award-winning and widely published faculty teach in genre fiction, humor writing, digital media, screenwriting, creative nonfiction, and contemporary poetry. Students edit nationally and internationally recognized publications such as the Evansville Review and Measure. This hands-on experience with professional writers, editors, and publishers prepares students for graduate school or careers as editors and publishers. Visit creativewriting.evansville.edu for more information.
The Tin Fish Restaurant is located at 707 State Street in Newburgh, Indiana. Independently owned and operated, the Tin Fish menu featured salads and sandwiches, as well as seafood platters and combos, and seafood burritos, tacos, and burgers. The Tin Fish Restaurant is open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. They can be reached by phone at 812-490-7000. Visit them online at tinfishnewburgh.com. The Tin Fish Restaurant, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
At the University of Evansville, you will receive an academic scholarship. You will be taught by talented, engaged professors committed to your success.
We will help you change the world.
You will have the opportunity to study abroad.
UE will change your life.
This is a place where we change the world. Come change it with us.
Runner on first for the Crushers, 2-1 Lake Erie.
Oh,
and he's caught in a rundown. Throw down to second base.
Run him back,
Gould.
run him back.
Throw over to Phillips at first. And caught stealing is Aaron Hill. And we head to the bottom of the seventh. Welcome back to Evansville Otters baseball. Dave Nguyen and Bill McCune on the call. The Otters take their first lead of the game, scoring 3 runs in the bottom of the 7th. We are now in the top of the 8th. Kevin Simmons coming in as Tyler Vale's day is done. Vale pitched very well. Not the strikeout numbers that we would want. 7 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 7 strikeouts and 3 walks.
Yeah, and 5 hits. 5 hits. That's not bad. 2 runs, 5 hits, striking out 7. I'll take it.
Simmons to the mound for the Otters as the new pitcher-catcher battery. Sponsored by the Answer Auto Repair East. Kevin Simmons on the mound and Mike Rizzatello behind the plate. Get your battery needs at the Answer Auto Repair East on 2319 North Green River Road. Simmons drops that pitch in there for a strike to even the count at 1 to Emmanuel Marrero. Simmons in his last outing got the Otters out of a jam when the Miners were threatening with the bases loaded.
Yeah, it looked. It was a curveball off speed, a little high, but had good bite to it, and I think the umpire could have called it either way. Well,
2-1 the count to Marrero, who is 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored. A foul this pitch back to make the count even at 2 with no outs. Warming up in the Otters' pen is the lefty from West Point and Cam Up.
West Point? Oh, that's the Soldier Boy.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Well, he didn't do too well the last time, if I recall. We went to about 2 or 3 batters, and they took him out. Yeah. Let's hope if he does come in, he does better. I was ashamed of him. I mean, I shouldn't say it in that sense, but, I felt sorry for him is what I meant.
There we go.
Yeah.
Good kid, too.
Yeah.
2-2. Low and away for a ball.
It's always easy to be here or sit in the stands and criticize a player, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, whatever. Those guys got a hard job out there.
I couldn't do it.
Well.
The payoff pitch will be popping foul behind home plate.
You right now, Dave, if I was the manager or the coach, I'd say, I don't want you. Because you just told me negatively that you can't play. I want the guys going to say, hey, put me in. That Olson, Put me in, coach. Well, that's what you want. You want someone that's positive.
No, I'm being honest with you. I can't play baseball.
Well, I don't mean it in that sense.
Right.
What I'm trying to say is, you've got to say, I can do the job. I can do it. That's a walk.
The second time Marrero has reached base.
Yeah. Oh, I've said many times that batters, they'll say, "Oh, Nolan Ryan's pitching. Oh. What does that mean? Oh, my God, he can strike you out." Well, then put someone else in that has someone else who thinks, well, I can get a base hit. I don't care. Bob Feller or Roger Hornsby's playing. I don't care.
0-1 the count after the fastball from Simmons to Stephen Kraft. The former minor, now a crusher, as that transaction occurred in the offseason. 0-1 pitch. Now it'll be inside for a ball at the knees of Kraft to even the count at 1. On first base is Emmanuel Marrero, who worked a walk moments ago.
Is the Soldier Boy still warming up?
Yes.
Okay.
Went to get a sip of water.
Well, if he walks this guy, yank him.
1-1. Called strike 2 on the outside corner. Knee high away from Kraft. The count moves to 1-2.
Kraft wasn't too happy there. He looked, if he had daggers in his eyes, the umpire's dead.
One-two. Will be lifted in the air and dropping for a base hit.
Okay.
Cullen will cut that one off, as is a single for Kraft. Runners now on first and second for the Crushers.
I would say, if I was Max right now, I'd go out to that mound. Let's not wait too long.
So the Otters scored 3 runs in the bottom of the 7th to take their first lead of the game. They now lead at 4-2. The tying run is at first base, and Kraft, the go-ahead run, now steps to the plate. Open bag at third. First and second are runners for Lake Erie. With no outs, Dale Burdick to the plate. He is 2 for 3 with an RBI double as well as a single. And Rizzatello and Simmons will have another mound visit.
Well, we've got a 4-2 game. There's no outs. Runners are on first and second. It'd be a good situation to lay a bunt down and move those runners in scoring position, and one base hit ties the game up. At least that's the way I'm playing it. I'm taking a run by a time.
Infield in. This ball gets away from Rizzatello. Runners advance to second and third. Tying run now at second base for the Crushers.
Mike's having a hard time out there tonight. I've never seen him so many balls get by him. Earlier, remember it didn't hurt any, but I don't know. Of course, now on that one, I don't know if they ruled that a pass ball or a wild pitch. I'm going to say wild pitch. But
wild pitch is the call.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
Riz will set up inside the 1-0. That'll be inside for a ball. Count at 2-0, no outs.
We're going to wait until he walks this guy, and we're having the bases loaded.
Two-0. Strike one down the heart of the plate.
See the difference out there with Hunter playing center field and then the guy that's playing center field now for them.
Hubbard.
Yeah. See how shallow he plays? It's always easier to come in than it is go back.
2-1. That'll be
ball.
Outside for a ball.
3-1, no outs.
Tying run at second base for the Crushers. They're down, or the Otters, are up 4-2. 3-1. Ball 4.
Max, go out there, please.
Looks like he listened to you, Bill.
Always too late.
Kevin Simmons entered this game, walked 2 of the first 3 batters he faced, and he allowed a single. Cam Opp, the man from West Point, will step to the mound in a jam.
1 batter too late. Should have yanked him after that base hit.
We'll come back after this wow call to the bullpen right here on 91.5 WUEV and the Otters Digital Network.
Giving our best has prepared us for being the best. Announcing the University of Evansville's Harlaxton College as the #1 ranked study abroad program in the nation. As a part of the UE experience, we offer all our students an unparalleled foreign study program.
More than 60% of UE students study abroad. Our students from all majors live, learn, and travel the world and still graduate in 4 years.
The University of Evansville's Harlaxton College, the #1 study abroad program in America.
Did you know that the CDC recommends up to 6 vaccines, even for healthy adults? Or that vaccines are part of a healthy lifestyle, just like eating well and exercising? Or that choosing not to get vaccinated may put your health at risk? There's a lot to know when it comes to vaccines. Get the facts by visiting vaccinesinu.com and talk to your doctor about which vaccines may be right for you. When it comes to your health, it pays to get the facts. Visit vaccinesinu.com for more information.
A public service of Healthy Women and Merck.
Welcome back to Evansville Otters baseball. Dave Nguyen, Bill McCune on the call. Otters up 4-2. Kevin Simmons came in on the mound to start the 8th inning. He walked 2 of the first 3 batters he faced, and he allowed a single. Bases are loaded for the Crushers. No outs. Cam Opp, the man from the United States Army, who graduated this past May.
West Point. Up the river. Hudson River. You ever been there?
No, I haven't.
Oh, beautiful.
Is it a beautiful campus?
Yes.
Cam Opp comes into this game with a record of 2-1 and a 3.72 ERA. 9 games pitched, 14 strikeouts, 4 walks, and 19.2 innings pitched. Taking a deep breath in a jam. Brody Wofford to the plate. He had a sac bunt that occurred back in the 6th. He's 0-for-2 with 2 strikeouts.
Yeah, we can get a double play, Dave. We'll be sitting pretty good. We'll let the runner.
Slider from Cam Opp gets in there for a swing and a miss. Strike 1 to Wofford.
Yeah, if we could get the double play, we'll let the run score, but we'll be in good position to, to get through. If you notice that pitch you just said, that slider was down, he golfed it. Didn't even come near.
The 0-1 from Opp. Another wild pitch thrown to home plate.
No.
And he's safe.
No.
It is now a 4-3 game on the wild pitch from Opp. It is.
Oh, boy. Mike ricocheted off Mike's glove or whatever. He did try to block it. It's just. And then he made a heck of a play, but. Oh, my goodness. We scored with wild pitches, and now they're going to tie the game with wild pitches.
So, Wofford on the wild pitch by Opp allows Marrero to score. It is now a 4-3 game in favor of the Otters. Swing and a miss on a high fastball moves the count to 1-2 to Wofford. No outs. Bases still now on first and second, excuse me. One, two.
Strike 3.
Called strike 3. 1 away.
That was a big out. If that run didn't score, that was a big out.
So 1 away top of the 8th. Otters holding on now to a 4-3 lead. Runners on second and third for the Crushers. Open bag at first for Zach Rakusin, who has an RBI ground out earlier in this game. First pitch from up. And I'll drop in there for a ball. Count at 1-0. Ground ball. Gould plays it on a hop, throws over to first. That gets the run in. And we have a tie game at 4 on the second RBI ground out by Zach Rakusin. To the plate now is Jake Veith. The go-ahead run now at third base. Kraft scores. Going over to third is Burdick. First pitch. It'll drop in the dirt for a ball. Good block there by Riz. Count at 1-0 to Veith. In a game that started out as a pitcher's duel, 4 runs have been scored in the previous 2 half innings.
Both starters pitched outstanding baseball. And it's those, it's that bullpen that when you bring them in, you don't know what to expect. And the Otters have scored off their bullpen, and this team here has scored off our bullpen.
So 1-1. Called strike 2 on the outside corner to the left-handed batter, Jake Veith. 1-2 the count, 2 outs. We now have a tie game at 4. Scenario started with the bases loaded here in the top of the 8th when Kevin Simmons was on the mound. Cam Opp trying to get the Otters out of this inning. 1-2. Called strike 3. Back. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Cam Opp. But we have a tie game at 4 as we head to the bottom of the 8th on the Otters Digital Network and 91.5 WUEV.
When it comes to protecting your baby, you can never do enough. You bundle them up and strap them in. That's why most parents choose immunization. Nothing protects babies better from 14 serious childhood diseases. So keep up with and get the recommended immunizations for your baby by age 2. For more reasons to vaccinate, go to cdc.gov/vaccines or call 800-CDC-INFO. A message from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.
Injuries are inevitable. It doesn't matter if you're playing baseball, walking the dog, or falling from a ladder. Injuries happen. When they do, Tri-State Orthopedics offers treatment for sprains, strains, and fractures by medical specialists. Tri-State Orthopedics is located at 225 Cross Lake Drive in Evansville, just north of the Lloyd and I-164. Tri-State Orthopedics can be reached by phone at 812-477-1558. Its urgent care line is 812-474-OUCH. Tri-State Orthopedics, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
The pressure is on him, I'll tell you that. Well, you said he was a quarterback. He should be used to pressure.
The 0-1 pitch. It'll be a breaking ball. Wild pitch. Coming home is Gould. He'll touch home, and this game is tied.
Yeah, boy.
Heads up base running by J.J. Gould, and this game is tied at 2.
You're listening to exclusive coverage of Evansville Otters baseball on 91.5 FM WUEV Evansville.
Welcome back to Evansville Otters baseball. We are now tied at 4 as we head to the bottom of the 8th. The Otters scored 3 runs back in the bottom of the 7th to take a 4-2 lead. And the Crushers were able to take advantage of some wild pitches by the Otters relievers and scored This game is now tied at 4. To the plate for the Otters as we head to the bottom of the 8th will be Jack Meggs, Hunter Cullen, and Dakota Phillips.
Let me ask you, why did we take Vail out?
I don't know.
We've done that so many times. We've taken the starter out that's still doing good. Bring in the reliever.
Because he was around maybe 90-something pitches.
So what?
I'm saying I would have threw him in there for another inning.
I know.
I'm saying I would.
Yeah.
First pitch to Meggs is low and away from the ball for a ball from the new reliever for the Crushers and Evie Rubio. The 1-0 to Meggs. Ground ball foul hit sharply down the first base line. Count even at 1. Jack today is 1 for 3 with a single that occurred in the 6th.
Right. Now we're in the middle of summer. It's August. Yep. And if these guys can't go 9 innings and throw 125, 130, 140 pitches, they're not pitchers.
Okay. The 1-1 to Meggs. Low and away for a ball. Count moves to 2-1. Game started out as a pitcher's duel, as it was a 2-1 game, entering the bottom of the 7th. Pat Leday was responsible for David Cronin and J.J. Gould on base. He was pulled, and the Otters took advantage of the wild pitches by the Crushers relievers, particularly Gallardo. Swing and a miss on a fastball from Rubio. Swing and a miss from Meggs. Count now even at 2 with no outs.
You know, back in the early 80s, Dave, I signed a pitcher out of William Patterson College.
I've heard of that school.
Yeah, it's up in North Jersey. And the young man that I signed, this was used to be on a Saturday. They played doubleheaders, 2 7-inning games. And the pitcher that I signed pitched both games every Saturday.
2-2 is slapped foul behind home plate. De La Rosa was setting up outside, forcing Meggs to chase, and that's exactly what he did to stay alive in the box with the count even at 2.
Yeah, so imagine the same pitcher pitching a doubleheader almost every Saturday. I signed him. He made AAA with Vegas. I mean, that's what you call longevity on a pitcher's part.
The 2-2. Breaking ball in the dirt. Yeah. Count now full to Meggs.
If we can get him on, let's see, Hunter's up next.
He can bunt.
Yeah.
Meggs has speed.
We're going to have to,
situationally hit?
Well, I'm not going to attempt to steal with this catcher, De La Rosa. I mean, his arm is too good, and I'm not going to throw an out away. I'm going to bunt him over.
Rubio takes a deep breath. The payoff pitch to Meggs. Ground ball to the second baseman Hill. Backhand stop. Throw over to first across his body. And that's a pretty play for out number 1.
Yep.
1 away in the bottom of the 8th. Tie game at 4. Hunter Cullen to the plate. He is 1 for 2 with a single, a walk, and a fly out to center field.
There's a big gap there in left center. That's center fielder. Now he's shading way over to right field. I mean, if he hits one by that taxi cab that's up there on the Ritzy sign, I mean, Hunter's liable to get a triple.
First pitch to Cullen is low and away for a ball. 1-0 the count with 1 out.
A line drive over shortstop's head could be a triple. Hunter has been known to hit one over shortstop's head.
The 1-0 pitch. Swing and a drive to right field. Going back his craft to the wall, and that ball is out of here. Hunter Cullen hits a go-ahead home run in the bottom of the 8th. Gives the Otters a 5-4 lead. Home run number 8 for Hunter Cullen, and it's a beauty over the right field wall.
Oh, I'll say, well, much and needed hit. Oh, I'm so happy for him. Yeah. Now, is Mr. Wright going to come in and
He's warming up right now, Bill.
Good. I think the Soldier Boy did a great job in getting 2 strikeouts and getting us out of the inning, even though they, tied the game up. I thought he did a good job, but now it's going to be up to Mr. Wright.
Dakota Phillips might have something to say about that before Taylor Wright comes in as the Otters all-star reliever warming up. First pitch to Phillips is a strike low and away. Phillips had the check swing. It's an 0-1 count as that pitch was down and away from Phillips.
And that center fielder shading Phillips to right, too, as well. I don't know where they're getting their
reveal. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
It would be a ball outside delivered to Phillips from Rubil. Count even at 1 with 1 out.
I know I scouted too many games, and I wouldn't overshift on these guys.
The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Fastball down and in to Phillips. Looks like he was swinging for the fences on that particular swing. Moving the count to 1-2, 1 out. Otters retake the lead on a solo home run by Hunter Cullen. Rubil takes another deep breath. The 1-2, swing and a miss. Another breaking ball from Rubil makes out number 2.
Yep. Well, here comes JJ. JJ's one of the big stars of the game, making a great defensive play and then scoring one of those 4 runs. 5 now, but 4 at the time. I think, though, I still go back to Dave Cronin evading that tag at home plate. Wow. That changed the complex of the game.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
First pitch to J.J. Gould is popped up in the infield. Marrero thinks he has it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. Taylor Wright coming in for the Otters, and we'll come back after this on the Otters Digital Network in 91.5 WUEV.
So, Jacqueline.
Yes, Mom?
I wanted to talk to you about something, and... Oh, wait. Hold on. I just got a text.
Oh, wait, Mom. I just got a message. So many comments on my comment. Hey, guys, check out my new video game. Mom, what? Huh? What'd you say?
This weekend, unplug. Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. To find the forest nearest you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
The pizza brick road always goes to Tyroni's. I'm in the mood for pizza and I'm ready to go. The pizza brick road goes to Tyroni's. So follow me down the pizza brick road. Road down to Tyroni's. The pizza brick road.
I'm in almost every school bus and classroom. You see me around the neighborhood, and you tell me that I'm a pretty good kid. Well, I'm 1 out of every 5 children in America, and I'm struggling with hunger.
Please visit feedingamerica.org today and find your local food bank for ways to help.
Every dollar you donate helps provide 8 meals for kids like me. We are Feeding America, brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Evansville Otters baseball. This is a wow call to the bullpen. Wow, the phone, cable, and internet provider of Evansville. Wow, the best double play deal in town. Taylor the Dark Right comes out from the bullpen and on the mound for the Otters. Entering this inning, he is 3-0 with a .99 ERA, 47 strikeouts and 10 walks, and 36.1 innings pitched. 9 saves on the year, entering his 28th game of the season. The last time we saw Mr. Wright was on Sunday. He had a 3-2 lead, and the Miners were able to tie things up. Taylor said he learned from that experience, learned that he needed to control and not get behind. He's got the stuff, and he's got strikeout material.
He was high with most of his pitches, whether it was the fastball, the breaking pitch. He was constantly high, and that kind of, offset the tilt board.
To the plate will be the catcher, Brian De La Rosa. De La Rosa is 0 for 2 with a walk. Batters 8, 9, and 1 in the Crushers' order. Wright fires the first pitch. Off speed, low and away for a ball. Count at 1-0. Wright has a fastball, a breaking ball, and a splitter. The 1-0. Inside for ball 2.
And a little high. And we don't want the leadoff man to get on base.
2-0 the count to De La Rosa, who's hitting .219 on the season. The 2-0 pitch. Drive to center field, and that's going to drop in front of Hunter Cullen for a base hit. The tying run is on base. The go-ahead run steps to the plate for the Crushers in Dre Hubbard.
This is the center fielder. He's got a bunt. He's the last hitter in the lineup, the number 9. So he's telling you, in essence, he's not one of the better hitters. So therefore, he's a weak bat. He's better be bunting. No, he's
First
not.
pitch to Hubbard is wild and gets into the dugout of the Crushers on the third base side. Advancing to second base on the wild pitch is De La Rosa.
I've never seen so many balls get by Mike. I mean, he is having a rough night tonight. I'll tell you that. I don't know what it is. Is it the glove? Is it bouncing off his chest protector? Whatever. Well, there goes the bunt, and there goes the, the bunt, which he wasn't going to do anyway, so.
One and 0 the count to Dre Hubbard. Hubbard is 0 for 3 with a strikeout, a ground out, and a fly out. Tying run now at second base for the Crushers. He shows bunt and bunts it foul down the third base line to even the count at 1.
Coach, the manager's down there giving an awful lot of signs, and there goes the third base coach. Well, generally you don't give signs when there's nothing on. So it might be the bunt may be back on.
1-1 the count to Hubbard. Tying run at second base for the Crushers. 5-4 Otters.
Oh, guess he took it off.
Hubbard fouls the next pitch away behind the home plate. Count moves 1-2, no outs. Otters retook the lead at 5-4 after a solo home run from Hunter Cullen. His 8th of the year. Taylor Wright, the man from Episcopal Academy and Brown University. From the left side of the rubber, the 1-2. Swinging a drive to left field. Going back is Grease Aber. He makes the catch for out number 1.
Yeah, it was an easy fly ball. It hit well, but a little short of the outfield fence, but still hit well. That was the breaking pitch. It was hanging, and this guy unloaded on it. So got to keep that ball down.
To the plate now is Aaron Hill. Hill is 0 for 3 today with a walk, and then he was caught stealing back in the 7th. Hill batting .282 on the year. First pitch to Hill is a ball outside, away from the right-handed batter. Upstairs, count at 1-0. One and 0 the count. Here's the next pitch. It'll be low and away for a ball 2. Right. From the left side of the rubber. Gets a sign from his catcher, Rizzatello. He sets up outside, 2-0. Swing and miss on a fastball. Yeah. Count now at 2-1.
He was unloading. He got 11 home runs. He tried to go for the 12th. That was a high inside pitch that he did unload on.
Wright has 47 strikeouts heading into this inning. 2-1.
Same pitch, but he didn't go for it.
Ball inside. Count moves to 3-1. Tying run for Lake Erie at second base, and the catcher, Brian De La Rosa. One away. Hill at the plate. Wright will come set. Checks the runner at second, the 3-1 pitch. That's ball 4 upstairs.
Well, in the way, it's a good move. Dave, it sets up the double play, ground ball, double play. We can get out of that ball game. So not bad. Look on the positive side.
Emmanuel Marrero to the plate. Marrero scored back in the 8th. He walked and advanced to second and third base on wild pitches. First pitch to Marrero is fouled down the first base line. 0-1 the count. Runners on first and second for the Crushers. Open bag at third. Double play in effect.
Yeah, that was a high breaking pitch. He kind of tomahawked that. Fortunately, he didn't get a hold of it.
0-1 the count to Marrero. The next pitch. Swing and a miss. A breaking ball from Taylor Wright. Moves the count quickly to 0-2.
Yeah, we got to get this out. Well, we got to get next 2 outs.
Ground ball can help out the cause.
Oh, yes.
0-2 the count. The next pitch. Swinging a drive to right field. Going back is McNamee. And he'll make the catch for out number 2. And a good hustle there by Elijah McNamee and right. 2 away in the top of the 9th.
That was a well-hit ball, but Big Mac got it. But what was so nice was he got that ball back in real quick to prevent the runner from going from second to third. Although the runner was halfway, which he had to play, Dave, because if it got by Mac, he had to score. So he had to go halfway, which, again, was beneficial to the Otters.
To the plate now is Stephen Kraft. He is 2 for 4, but in his last 2 at-bats, he's 2 for 2 with 2 singles and 2 runs scored. Wright needs to be careful to this batter right here in Stephen Kraft. Runners on first and second for Lake Erie. Otters have a 5-4 lead with 2 outs. Top of the 9th. First pitch for the closer is low and away for a ball.
Well, Ryan is playing close to the line. You can't let runners score.
Long and Phillips also playing deep. 1-0. Breaking ball in the dirt. Moves the count to 2-0. Long playing deep at the third base bag. Phillips playing deep at the first base bag. Gould and Cronin playing more towards second base is David Cronin. And Gould playing his regular shortstop. The 2-0. Low in the dirt for a ball. 3-0 the count to Kraft. Runners on first and second for the Crushers. 5-4 Otters after the solo home run by Hunter Cullen that occurred back in the bottom of the eighth. The 3-0 pitch from right is a strike down Broad Street, count at 3-1.
Yep, and I was wondering if he, like Andy allows his hitters to go after that 3-0. I was wondering if that would be the same for this guy because you knew he had to throw a strike.
3-1, that's upstairs for ball 4. Bases loaded, and this game has been interesting and entertaining throughout in the latter part of the game.
Well, the pacemaker, I'll tell you what, is kind of going a little fast. I have a doctor's appointment at 8:30 tomorrow morning with the doctor.
I got one at 10.
Now, here comes Andy. No one else is warming up. I mean, not Andy. Here comes Max.
So this inning started with a leadoff single by Brian De La Rosa. He's now at third. Aaron Hill walked. Dre Hubbard flew out to left for out number 1. Marrero flew out to McNamee and right for out number 2. Hill now at second base because he walked, and Kraft walked moments ago. Dale Burdick to the plate. He is 2 for 3 with an RBI double that occurred in the first, a single in the 6th, a walk in the 8th, and he struck out looking back in the 4th. Otters need one out any way they can. Bases loaded for the Crushers. 5-4 Evansville over Lake Erie. Rizzatello gives out the signs behind home plate.
Well, the first out was a fly ball deep to left field, and the second out was a fly ball deep to right center. So I don't care how deep they are as long as they stay.
Swing and a drive. Stopped by Gould. Throw to second base. And he's in time. Taylor, the dark right, comes out of the bullpen and ends the Otters' 4-game losing streak with a save. J.J. Gould fields a ground ball on a hop, tosses to his buddy David Cronin at second, and the Otters take Game 1 against the Lake Erie Crushers by a final score of 5-4. Come back with the totals after this on 91.5 WUEV and the Otters Digital Network.
Listen, as a hiring manager, I've got to tell you, the best job candidate isn't always the typical candidate. Sometimes they're a grad of life.
Meet the grads of life. Young adults of unique determination and experience. An ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
Sometimes the best candidates aren't the ones you're used to.
Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
Hi, I'm Jenny Garth. Heart disease is something I live with every day. It runs in my family, and it took my dad's life. So I'm choosing to speak up, and so can you. Tell people how it's the #1 killer of women. Tell them 1 woman dies every minute from it, and that 80% of cardiac events in women may be prevented if you make the right choices today. Join American Heart Association's Go Red for Women. Speak up to save lives at goredforwomen.org.
My name is Lola Silvestri, and I'm going to be 95 this year. I was very independent. I fell, and I had to have Meals on Wheels. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
I spend a lot of time in the backyard, and I'm the center of attention at summer barbecues. In '96, I made some of the tastiest s'mores. And in '09, it was me, your backyard fire pit, that accidentally started a wildfire when a summer breeze carried one of my embers into some dry brush.
Spark a change, not a wildfire. Visit SmokeyBear.com. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
The 1-0 pitch. Swing and a drive to right field. Going back is Kraft to the wall. And that ball is out of here. Hunter Cullen hits a go-ahead home run in the bottom of the 8th. Gives the Otters a 5-4 lead. Home run number 8 for Hunter Cullen. And it's a beauty over the right field wall. Well, Bill, another one does bite the dust. The Otters have ended their 4-game losing streak as they defeat the Lake Erie Crushers at home by a final score of 5-4 in a game that started out as a pitcher's duel between Pat Leday of Lake Erie and Tyler Vale of Evansville. Both starting pitchers pitched very well. And then the Otters down 2-1 in the bottom of the 7th. J.J. Gould led off the inning with a walk. Cronin led off, then singled. Phillips started the inning with a strikeout. Then they brought in the reliever Gallardo, and a wild pitch allowed J.J. Gould to touch home to tie the game at 2. And then a chopper by Keith Griesaber allowed another run to score, and the Otters took the lead as David Cronin avoided a tag by De La Rosa. He used his agility, swiping under and around the tag to give the Otters their lead. The chopper fielder's choice by Ryan Long allowed it another run to score, and the next thing you know, the Otters are on top by a score of 4-2.
Right.
We head to... Oh, go ahead.
No,
Okay.
I'm agreeing with you.
We head to the top of the 8th with the Otters taking their first lead of the game. Kevin Simmons comes in, and he walks 2 of the first 3 batters he faces and allows a single to Kraft as well. So Cam Opp comes in with the bases loaded. A wild pitch allows 1 run to score, making the score 4-3 in favor of Evansville. And then an RBI ground out by Rakusin allowed the game to be tied at 4. Hunter Cullen comes in with 1 out in the bottom of the 8th, and on a sweet swing to right field, he gets his 8th home run of the year over the right field wall. The 9th inning, the top of the 9th, was not pretty for the Otters closer in Taylor Wright. He started that one with a leadoff single to Brian De La Rosa. He advanced to second on a wild pitch by Wright. A fly out to Keith Griesaber by Dre Hubbard in left field was out number 1. A walk to Aaron Hill put runners on first and second. A fly out to right field by Marrero, and Big Mac, I got to tell you, he was on his horse for that fly out for out number 2. And then Steven Kraft walked to make the bases loaded with 2 outs. Max Peterson, the Otters pitching coach, comes back on the mound, talks to Wright and said, hey, we need 1 more out. Let's get it any way we can. Play at first, second, third, or home. He gets a ground ball chopper by Dale Burdick, and Kraft is out at second base on J.J. Gould, snagging a high chopper ground out and tosses over to second base and gets Kraft out in time, giving the Otters their first win since last Wednesday. They get off the schneid and get out of their 4-game losing streak. Rubio, who allowed the solo home run to Hunter Cullen, gets the loss. Cam Opp gets the win, improving his record to 3-1. And Taylor, the Dark Right, comes out of the Batcave and gives the Otters another win and another save, his 10th of the season.
Yeah, I agree. Everything you said was very, very accurately described. And I'm looking at the final score outside of Bale throwing 7 strikeouts. And then, as you said, Opp come in and threw 2. They were the only strikeouts of the whole game. They were 7. But Opp's 2 were the most important of that 9. And then the closer comes in, Mr. Wright. And as you said, I mean, that first out was a pretty hard hit ball at left field. And then that one to right center. That was really a hit, and you got Big Mac, who ran his heart off down there and made a catch, but got that ball back in the infield so quickly. And I tell you what, there were some outstanding plays during the whole game. Ryan made a great play at third. JJ made a great play at short, and then you had Phillips making a great play. So overall, you had great defense tonight, and you had some timely hitting. And
timely hitting. That might be the most accurate adjective to describe how the Otters offense played tonight.
Right, and so it was let's say a total win. Good pitching, starting pitching, and a closer, and good hitting, good running, good heads up, and you're right. That's the first win of this homestand. Let's hope it's the first of many.
Yeah. Before the Otters hit the road to Pittsburgh to take on the Wild Things. And not only was this a big win to get out of the 4 games losing streak, but this is against a first-place team, a playoff team, and a team that they faced before. So that's got to give the locker room confidence. Maybe the hitters meeting today worked for the Otters today because they never gave up. You said it throughout the season that the Otters always score runs in the 7th, 8th, and 9th innings, and they did that today. They scored 3 in the 7th, and they scored 1 in the 8th, and they never, ever gave up.
Well, another feature, too, Dave, the Otters only struck out 6 times. And correct me if I'm wrong, but there were no called third strikes. They were all swinging strikes. Much, much different than the other night when we had 4, and then the following night we had 5 called third strikes. So there's a big difference. You swing the bat, you got a chance to hit it.
Well, let's check around the Frontier League scoreboard before we exit from Bosse Field. The final score from Gateway, the Southern Illinois Miners are now on a 4-game win streak as they defeat the Gateway Grizzlies in 7 innings by a final score of 6-2. The Otters defeat Lake Erie by a score of 5-4. The Florence Freedom edge out the Schaumburg Boomers by a score of 1-0. And in Game 2 of a doubleheader between the Miners and the Grizzlies, the Miners are currently up by a score of 4-0 in the top of the 6th. The Washington Wild Things also take care of the Joliet Slammers in Washington by a final score of 3-2. Bill, tonight was great. The Otters and Crushers put us on the edge of our seats in the latter part of this game.
Well, let's close with this particular point, Dave. Tonight's win was the 40th win for the season. There's only 2 teams in the Frontier League, and that is Florence with 45, now the Otters with 40, the only 2 teams that have 40 wins. Not bad.
Not bad at all. For my partner in crime, Bill McCune, and our radio engineer, Mr. Paul Bragan, I'm Dave Nguyen. Everyone have a great night, and go Otters.
See you tomorrow.